Hey guys, PIEGUYRULZ here, and welcome to a random Thursday night stream. Today, we are judging some fun facts. But before we start, let me know how I sound, and if you guys can read the chat. Is it too small on the screen? Probably not. It's probably good size. Hello, I'm doing great today. My parents have the little slice, so it is just me all alone, home alone today. My wife is out. Um, and so we are here to
@InfiNerdy sent
party.
$2. Hello, Pie middle name guy. You sound great.
Well, thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Infinity Nerdy. As you can see, we have implemented some stream elements again. I hope they work well. But we shall see. Hey, the super chatter thing works. Cool. In the top right corner, there is a thing that will say who has donated the most this chat.
That Camney1 sent $1.99. I put in a fact 5 minutes ago. Is it still counted?
Oh, man. I guess we can count it. Sure. The form is still open. People can still submit it. The link is should be in the description. We can let's see. We've got a lot here. We've got a lot to get through here. We sort it by A to Z there. So this sheet tells us how many facts we have for each episode. Scaredy Pants and Rock Bottom have none. So if someone wants to submit a fact for either of those episodes, we will definitely look at it. Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm a little worried about reading facts that we've received during the stream because I'm worried people are going to just like try to troll me. So we might just look at the ones that were previously submitted. I don't know. I guess we can. If you submit something in the next like 5 minutes, we'll look at it. How about that? As the stream goes on, again, it's a maybe. So yeah, so we should have the SpongeBob transitions or back as donations. If you donate $6, $7, $8 or more, you should see one of those pop up on the screen. Anything less than that gets a mess super chat. And yeah, that seems to be working. Other things that I set up aren't quite working, but that's okay. Not everything can work all the time. It's fine. It happens. Okay. So yeah, we'll give everyone a few minutes here to just kind of settle in and submit any more facts. And I'll talk with chat. And then basically what we're doing today is we're going to look through these facts that people have submitted. You guys, the viewers, have submitted these fun facts. And if any of these facts are actually interesting, we will.
Weedle became a member.
Hey.
Weedle celebrates 3 months of membership. Penis.
Thank you so much for that. Amazing. Thank you. But yes, so we'll see if any of these facts are actually worth including in the video, and if they are, they will be the official fact on the slide. If I don't see any, then that's fine. I do have some facts of my own that I've accumulated myself. But yeah, I figure I'd let you guys help me just because the internet is a horrible place these days in terms of finding information.
The _ anonymous person sent $2. Have you seen the leaked pilot for the Gibby show?
I have, actually. Yes, I watched it with Shadow. It was something. It's been a little while. But yeah, information is very hard to actually verify these days. I will say I'm a little bit disappointed in some of you out there who have submitted facts in that you have provided me with the SpongeBob wiki as a citation. Wikis are not main sources, okay? They aggregate other sources, and you can click on links in those sources to find, in those wikis to find actual sources, but the wiki themselves is not actually a source. And also, guys, I know how to look at the wiki. If we wanted simple facts from the wiki, I can do that.
Sent $14.33.
Hey, thank you.
Sandy's Rocket, Culture Shock, Muscle Bob Buff Pants, Employee of the Month, Karate Choppers, and Rock Bottom have certain music replaced on the Season 1 DVD due to licensing issues, if you want a general season fun fact.
Yeah, that is very interesting. I actually did hear about that, and it's kind of crazy. From my understanding, a lot of the music is replaced with kind of similar sounding Hawaiian type music.
Crash_neon_official sent $5. Fun fact: this episode's ending is bananas. Modern P guy getting jump scared by the loud boo sound effect will never not be funny. Lamau.
Oh, thank you guys for the super chats. Wow, I should stream on a Thursday more often.
At Shadowgirl 7770 became a member. At Shadowgirl 7770 celebrates 3 months of membership. Have you seen Brand New Day?
You guys are so kind. I have seen Brand New Day. I feel like it's still too soon to give out spoilers, but my overall feelings are that I liked it. I feel like the villain was treated a little bit too kindly, considering all the things they did in the movie. But the overall vibe of the film is fantastic. I very much enjoy a lot of the fight scenes and just like the general vibe to it. I think I need to make it so you can read the actual text on the super chats here. Let's see. How do I get this going? I spent a long time today working on stream elements, and of course they're not working perfectly, but that's okay. So just give me 1 second here.
At David Tremer 7994 sent $2. Sorry, my fact was from the wiki.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not actually mad at anyone. I'm just being honest that, like, you know, give me some firsthand sources. All right. I also have a little bit of a story about a place that I had gone to for information about SpongeBob that I have later learned is a sham. It is a sham and a scam. And it's not liked by Pajama Sam. I'll just say that. Just give me 1 second here. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, all the text is Gil Sans Ultra Bold, which is the official font of the SpongeBob reviews. All right, let's see if maybe that fixed it. Okay. Yeah, so I've been I've been talking about this book on stream called The SpongeBob SquarePants Experience by Jerry Beck. And I've gotten a lot I was getting some fun facts from it, and I was going along here, and I come to find out this book uses art from DeviantArt that was made by a fan, Barnacle Boy art. It also includes like last names of characters that's just not true. And I also come to find out that this guy didn't work with any of the people that worked on the show to get this information. Most of it is from other sources. Like he pulled it from the internet.
Actually came from a skewed memory. I own the season 1 DVD and misremembered which episode wasn't on there.
That's okay, buddy. I knew what you meant. The fun fact that I originally had for Help Wanted was that that Help Wanted is not on the DVD. And I think someone submitted it. All right, let's actually get into this. I'm not trying to completely slander this book. It's still kind of a cool book, but it just kind of calls into question just the truthiness of the information there within. So I want to try to only have the most truthful information we can have on here. So let's go. So for Help Wanted, we have 14 facts. Okay, and by the way, I required you to enter your emails on the Google form, basically just so I didn't get like random hate mail from people. It required at least one step of verification. I will not be showing your emails on the stream, and I have no use for them otherwise. I'm not doing anything with them, just so everyone knows. This name over here is what you'd like to be credited as in the SpongeBob video, so I assume you're fine with me showing it on a stream since you'd be fine with me showing it in the video. Yeah. Okay. So, first fact here. Where you guys come in as well is I need your help, verifying the truthiness of these claims. I'm going to try to do my own little research here on the fly as we're going, as well as, letting me know which one you think is the best. Maybe we'll do some polls. Let's get into it. So, From Robbie, we have this episode released in Austin, Texas as a preview on April 18th, 1998. Help wanted. That's actually really interesting. I did not know that, if that's true. So we've got the wiki. I can't open the wiki on stream because it has a habit of showing ads that I do not want shown. So I guess let me check it out in another tab. Austin. Very funny if it was Texas. Let's see.
Crash_neon_official sent $5. Are we still allowed to submit facts or are they closed?
Thank you, Crash. You're still allowed to submit facts. I can't guarantee that we're going to get to them this stream. We have a lot of people that submitted stuff. Let's see. According to an old newspaper listing, Nickelodeon showcased SpongeBob alongside Cat Dog Action League Now at an event for kids and families in Austin, Texas between April 18th to 26th, 1998. According to this newspaper, so let's click on the actual source here. And newspapers.com. Okay. This is incredibly vague. I can't verify that it's real. I guess it's real that it was printed in an ad, but it's literally just an ad. Let's see. Can I show you this image? Do I know how to do this? No, I can't. But yeah, it's literally just an ad. Also, Lori Beth Dinbird's going to be there, so that's cool from all that. That's an interesting fact. I think I'd maybe like to do a little bit more research on it because it's just a newspaper clipping. This newspaper clipping also doesn't say. I don't see anything in here about if it's help wanted. It just says SpongeBob. So, yeah, very interesting fact. I just don't know if it's 100% true. It's pronounced Dunberg, not Dinberg. Okay, well, I will be Dunberg pronouncing it that way then. Major respect to you over all the effort researching. I've been in college for way too long trying to figure out my career, kind of getting tired of research projects. Yeah, I enjoy doing research, but again, with the internet, it's really hard because, like, I thought this book would be a verified source, and apparently it's just a lot of stuff taken from the internet. And a lot of stuff on the internet, it's like, who knows if it's true? Help on it. This is the very first episode of SpongeBob. That's very true, Mysterion, but not very interesting. Creator Steven Hillenburg originally named the character SpongeBoy and planned the show as SpongeBoy Ahoy. Nickelodeon changed it after finding out a pencil company and a comic character already used the name. From Encyclopedia SpongeBobia and Wikipedia. Thank you, Tyler. So is this true? I have heard this story that Hillenburg wanted to call him SpongeBoy. Like, I know that part is true. As far as why he changed the name, according to what I read, he said that it was from, like, a mop company. But I also thought this was all just, like, completely embellished. Steven Hillenburg said this, but nobody could find evidence that the mop was true. Heard the story with a mop. Mop is fake. Yeah. So it's an interesting fact. And again, see, that's the thing too when it comes to facts is that, like, I believe still Steven Hillenburg said this. I've read interviews, like actual interviews. I purchased this book called SpongeBob Exposed that has an interview with Steven Hillenburg. I believe that he said something like this, but his memory could have been wrong because this was in, like, 2008. The mop is fake. The real fact is the pencil. Okay. All right, well, let's see. Hang on. Let me see what Encyclopedia SpongeBobia has to say about this. And by that, I mean, let's see where it sources. The pilot had to be rewritten due to SpongeBob's name being changed from a pencil. Okay. The source for this is The Wayback Machine, a 58-minute podcast. What? It's an interview with Tom Kenny. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting, and I'm not saying it's wrong. It's something that I think I'd have to research a little more before I put that in the video. Let's see if we have any other facts that we can verifiably prove as true. Pie Guy, you seem a bit antsy. Take a deep breath. This is just what I'm like on stream. This is me. I'm on my second Red Bull today. Okay. Let's see. This is an adaptation of the original 1997 pilot. Thank you, Logo Master. That is true. Not that interesting, in my opinion. Okay, let's fact about the episode. However, when Steven Hillenburg was teaching at the Orange County Marine Institute, he made a comic called The Intertidal Zone, and it was about a sponge, which was in fact named Bob. Yes, that is true. Thank you, Quinn, or the Vaudeville Demon. I don't think it's quite, relevant to the slide, but that is true. And allegedly, it was Martin Olson who basically was like, "Yeah, this is your show, dude." When he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do for his show. Granted, I have to be very careful here. I do not want to put any words in Steven Hillenburg's mouth or misquote anyone. So, anyway, the original version of this episode was made in 1997 with its own opening sequence. Okay, thank you, Cody. The oft-repeated fun fact that SpongeBob's original name SpongeBob was changed due to being already in use by a mop is actually false. The real product was likely a brand of pencils. Interesting. Okay. I think the thing is that if we're in between two facts and one fact is like probably true and the other one we know is true, I think we got to go with the one we know. I want to try to future-proof this video. I don't want to go by things that are like probably something, you know? All right. Help Wanted had an alternate beginning where it began with SpongeBob standing at the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob was originally called SpongeBoy until the company told Nick to change it. Okay. Let's see. This also says the wiki. Let's see about the alternate beginning. That I've never heard. I'm not seeing it on the wiki, so I don't know. Okay. Okay, here's kind of an interesting fact. I did not know. This is Bill Fagerbakke, voice of Patrick Starr's favorite episode. Thank you, Blue Horizon. And thank you, Dangerous You and Aisha, too. Okay, so let's see. Let's check this fact. The alternate beginning refers to how the pilot begins after the alternate intro. Oh, okay. It's also Tom Kenny's. All right, Tom. I love you, Tom Kenny, but come on, dude. Pick a better episode. Not a better episode. Pick an episode that isn't literally the first one. I don't know why I'm fine with Bill Fagerbakke saying that and Tom Kenny, not Tom Kenny, but you know. Okay, so this is from a Wired interview. And yep, Bill Fagerbakke does say that. Okay, so this is an actual source and something that's verified. It's a little bit interesting. Maybe we'll use it. Okay. So here we have, this was the fact that I was going with, and I think I might still, if we don't see anything better here or more verifiably true. The episode is missing from the original DVD set because of the copyrighted song Living in the Sunlight from the anonymous person. Oh, hey, I think the anonymous person is in chat. So thank you. So here's the thing. I know it's missing from the DVD set. That is a verifiable fact. I have the DVD in front of me. However, the reason why it's omitted from the DVD set, I think, is contested. I don't know that that's actually a fact, or if it's just the rumor or the likeliness. Because why would it be included on the season 3 set? Bill's last name is pronounced with a short A. I'm pretty sure he's okay with us saying it however we want to say it. I think I've heard that. It's also on the first 100 episode. It could be an assumption. Again, I'm not saying that it's wrong. It might not be wrong, but I think it's just an assumption based on why else would they leave it off the first season? I suppose there could be some sort of copyright issue with producing, like, I don't know, producing the pilot. Like, I guess there's no other real logical reason it would be left off, but I can't say for certain. So I might use this fact. Like I said, I do like the first part of it, but I don't know that I'm going to use the reasoning why. Yeah. Okay. I have to wrap the text here so we can actually read these. Okay, let's go. Also, let's see. Since I started this, we got a fact for Scaredy. We got 4 facts for Scaredy Pants, none for Rock Bottom. Come on, guys. Rock Bottom. This episode is not on the season 1 DVD because of a copyright claim of Tiny Tim's song from the episode. It was made as a bonus feature for season 3. Yep. Thank you, David T. Steven Hillenberg's name is spelled wrong in the opening credits. It's missing the last N. Really? Okay, well, now I'm going to actually pull up the episode. I also can't show you guys this. I'm so sorry. But let's see.
Attila VDD
That'd be kind of
sent
crazy.
$1.43. Where can I post facts?
Hillenburg. Hillenberg. Stephen. Steven. Hillenberg. Yeah, I don't see it. The episode itself, opening credits. Am I misspelling his name? I gotta Google how his name's spelled. Stephen. Hillenburg. Yeah, I don't know. Not on my copy. Huh. Hillyberg. Unless... Yeah, no. Oh, actually, sorry. This is the created by credit. Hang on. Maybe it's spelled wrong. Hillenburg. Storyboard director. Oh, okay. Under the written by credit. Under the written by credit. Aha! It is spelled wrong. Hillenburg. You know what? Great Mage Hayden? You got it, dude. Well, I mean, we can keep reading these facts. There's 2 more. But I think this was a fact that genuinely surprised me. I never caught this. It's something that you credit from the show itself that we can prove is a verifiable fact. So that's actually really interesting. It's a good fact. That's pretty cool. I did not know that. It's the written by credit. It's so funny because they spell he made this and he spelled his name right the other times. I guess he might not have done the titles, but very funny, very funny. I feel like maybe it's because it's the pilot, but if you worked on a long running show and you spelled the creator's name wrong in the credits, I feel like that's a pretty big stupid mistake. Okay, anyway. All right, yeah, so good job. We'll look at the last 2 just in case. Okay, excluded on DVDs. Thanks to Living in the Sunlight. Nickelodeon didn't want to pay Tiny Tim's estate. Thank you, Pancake Lily. And thank you, Basically Bailey. This episode was originally released on a 1998 VHS tape given away to Nickelodeon employees and their families. Very interesting. It's from Collider. It's not from... Wow, it's not from the SpongeBob wiki. Thank you for your using of an interesting source. I do like that fact. You can get a runner-up no trophy. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay. Whew. All right. So we got 1. Let's move on to Reef Blower. So this is one of only 2 episodes without any opening credits after the title card. The other is Season 13's A Skin Wrinkle in Time. What a name. I've not seen that episode. I've heard it's another short, though. That is a true fact. That is in the episode. I don't think it's that interesting. The other thing is I try not to use facts that are like, they could retroactively become false. It's very possible that season like 16 or something could, could have a title, like an episode without credits. So opening credits, but that is still interesting. Thank you. Robbie. Rock Bottom. SpongeBob misses the bus 14 times, counting the last one before the building closes. That could be a fun fact. Submit it in the form. Submit it through the form. There's a link in the description. Okay. Here. I'll tell you what, because I'm nice. We'll refresh the column here to include. So basically the way Google Forms work is that this auto populates from the form that as you guys fill it out. Well, after you hit submit, obviously, not as you fill it out, but, and then it goes to the very bottom of the list, the bikini bottom of the list. And so I sort it by the episode number, and that'll bring it up to the top here.
Attila sent $3.58. I remember Jaylender disproved the whole rumor that the reason Reef Blower had no dialogue was because the sound equipment was damaged in 2021.
Yes, so thank you for that super chat. While I believe that, I think that the damaged equipment thing was just a complete rumor from the start. There's no evidence that actually suggests that. However, on I think it's the SpongeBob wiki. If you look for the source takes you to Jay Lender's Twitter, and it's deleted. Either his Twitter's deleted, or the specific tweet's deleted, or maybe I just can't see it because I don't have a Twitter account, and that sucks. But considering there is no evidence, to my knowledge, that actually says that anything was damaged or that there was a technical reason, the thing that I read was just that it would have cost them a lot to pay the actors, and they just didn't want to do it for a 2-minute episode, which fair enough. But that could also not be true. I don't know. I feel really I guess really sensitive to misinformation about SpongeBob just because of what's happened in the past. I really want to make sure that the quotes I'm getting and the things that people said are truly, genuinely actual facts because, there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of things that are just like a 12-year-old watched an episode of SpongeBob, misremembered something, and went on the internet and typed it. A bunch of other people read it and were like, yeah, that sounds right. And then nobody ever fact checked it. Or something has a source, and then that source is dead now because it was on a tweet that somebody has now deleted. So, okay. So thank you, Norbert, for this one. Oh, hey, Norbert. The reason this episode has no dialogue is because this. Oh, yeah. Okay, I should have just read yours. The Screen Actors Guild rules require VAs to be paid for each individual episode. Recorded, and since Reef Blower is considered a separate episode from Help Wanted, despite initially being considered an extension to the pilot due to having to fill a few extra minutes to fit the 11-minute mark, they decided to just have the episode be silent, as paying VAs extra for it. Such a short episode didn't seem worth it. And let's see, you have a YouTube video.
At Crash
Steve reviews. Okay.
Official sent $2. That or either a case of the Mandela effect.
Oh, 100%. I don't think everyone's intentionally trying to mislead other people. Oh, there's no link in my description. Sorry. It's the link is in my channel page under posts. Yeah, I guess there's no reason to put it in the description because I don't want people like trolling me. But okay, I will double check the veracity of this. I believe I've read this somewhere, so I'll double check this off screen. Norbert, I will definitely shorten this. I don't think I can quite fit this on a slide, but thank you. This was a very interesting fact, and provided I can double check that it's true, it's going in. But yeah, like I'm sure we'll get to it on here, but the I was a teenage Gary thing, I don't think people were intentionally lying or trying to make things up. I think people genuinely mixed up SpongeBob's transformation in the episode, which we do see, with the fact that Squidward also gets turned into a snail. Also, perhaps the fact that the episode is not the most interesting. Maybe people want to embellish it in their brain to make it more interesting than it actually is. It's also an episode that probably didn't air a whole ton because it's connected to a Halloween episode. And you put all those things together and you create what people believe to be a deleted episode or deleted scene. But to my knowledge, to everything that I remember about the episode and everything that I've seen online, that is not true. There's no deleted scene. And if there was, it would make the episode too long. So, yeah. Okay. Tea at the Tree Dome. When SpongeBob says that little squirrel is in trouble, the left part of his belt is missing. From the SpongeBob wiki. Thank you, Auden. Okay, let me pull up the episode real quick. Sorry, I can't show you guys anything. Especially after all the weird stuff that's been going on with YouTube monetization this week. I can't really risk my channel. Let's see. What part of the episode is that? Towards the end, I think. This is such a minor animation error that I'm not even sure if it's worth me verifying, just because I don't know. I try not to really, unless it's a major animation error, I don't really talk about it too much because it's just kind of like whatever, especially with the first season being animated via cells. Like it's like there's mistakes everywhere and they're hard to fix. Part of his belt is missing. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but I might also be looking at the wrong part. It's probably true, and but I don't think I'm going to use it. So, okay, moving on. It's also worth noting that there are episodes of TV that have changed since their first airing, like the Red Mist joke and SpongeBob. Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely true. It's true. It's happened before. There are scenes that have been deleted forever. Not forever. Sorry, I don't know why I said forever. There are scenes that have been deleted, and it's not a false memory. Okay, this episode marks the first appearance of a female main character. Thank you, Robbie. I mean, that's true. I don't know that that's that interesting. And by the way, thank you to everyone who submitted things. Don't let my dismissal be like a sign that I'm like, I don't think it's a good fact. It's just, I appreciate that everyone sent things in. How about that? First appearance of a main character in a Nickelodeon show for forever. It was the first appearance of a female main character on Nickelodeon. I don't know if you guys know this. There was no female characters before Sandy Cheeks. Crazy. Confirm female character in general, since we don't know the gender of the anchovies in Help Wanted. Good call. There is also, let's see. There's background fish in Reef Blower briefly, but I don't think any of them are female. Very briefly. Okay. Sandy Cheeks was the first woman ever. Very true. Very true. Okay. Tea at the Tree Dome. The text on the title card was originally red and yellow, and the background was darker. This was found on an asset disc for the Super Sponge game. I'm surprised it took this long for this to come up. So, did you guys know that like all of the shooting scripts for season 1 of SpongeBob were leaked because of a Super Sponge on, I think it's the PS1? Yeah, we have access to every single shooting script. So like what the actors read. It's kind of crazy. It's not really, I don't know if there's any information that's like wasn't already out there, but it's still pretty cool to see. Let's see. So according to this wiki here, I have to watch an ad to continue reading the wiki. See, that's the problem with the internet, you know? You have to watch ads to get more information, and nobody wants to do it, or nobody wants to pay. So now the information is just like fading away in the sea of AI falseness. Original, okay. Interesting, and I will double check that later. I don't know if we're gonna go with that though. Let's see what this last one is. From Crasher Neon, according to Patchy, Sandy's Tree Dome was made by NASA. The Bikini Bottoms Up tour on the SpongeBob DVD special feature. I can actually pull that up really quickly. Let's see. Let's see here. I recently digitized my SpongeBob DVDs. Make them nice and easy to consume and reference. Voices behind SpongeBob. Is it the voices behind SpongeBob? Oh, no, that's right. The Bikini Bottoms Up thing is like a weird game. I wasn't able to digitize that. So I cannot verify that fact, actually. Oh, gosh. I'm also not sure if we should use like information that's not canon in the show specifically. That's like extended canon of SpongeBob. Is there a canon explanation of how the Tree Dome was made? I don't. Well, I mean, I guess maybe in a later episode. In Tea at the Tree Dome, Sandy does say that she hitched it up to something to drag it to Bikini Bottom, so it was made above the sea. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love any of these facts. Let me see. I'm trying to remember what I had originally put. I can't show you guys the Google Doc. I can't show you guys anything. I'm so sorry. I can't show you anything. I can't show you the Google Doc because it'll spoil the entire video. But yeah, let's see. Well, let's see what fact I have for SpongeBob season 1. Okay. Oh, that's right. I used a fact out of the book. That I don't know if it's true anymore. According to the book, I guess I can do further research on this. Carolyn Lawrence once asked Steven Hillenburg, why a squirrel, right? Like the fish out of water in reverse thing makes sense, but why pick a squirrel out of all the animals out there? And apparently, Stephen Hillenburg told her that he chased a lot of squirrels out of his yard, and he felt that he owed them one. And even in the book, Carolyn Lawrence says she doesn't know if he's joking or not. Um, but I think that's an interesting fact. If I can verify it's true, so I don't think I'm gonna go with any of these. Although I do, the Patchy on Bikini Bottoms Up tour is an interesting one. My initial fun fact was that this was the first appearance of Sandy. Oh, come on, old pie guy, do better than that. These are all better than that. I can say that. Honestly, saying it's a first appearance of a female main character is more interesting than it's Sandy's first appearance. Okay, bubble stand.
At Madeline de France sent $3.58. This is one of the few appearances of a real-world bird.
I'm not even sure that that's true. I mean, there is a bird, but with as many episodes as there are, I think there might be a bird in Sleepy Time in Sandy's dream, maybe. Or there might just be bird sound effects. But thank you for that. Sadie does say that her home may be made out of a foam rubber. Huh. There's a bird in Selling Out. Okay. All right, bubble stand. In one frame of the episode, you can see a real human hand holding a production clapper. Thank you, Zara. That is actually really interesting. I gotta know. I wish I knew. Okay, so the SpongeBob Wiki bubble stand. Because I could pull up the episode and see. I just gotta know where in the episode. In one frame? Really? If that's true, that might be the fun fact we go with. I was gonna say, isn't there a scene where someone turns a bird inside out? But that's Adventure Time. Old Man Pie Guy's confusing shows again. Let's see. After SpongeBob spins while trying to blow a bubble, right before it cuts back to Squidward, there's a transparent picture of a person's hand holding a clapperboard, which only appears for about a frame. All right. So when Squidward tries to blow a bubble. All right, let's see this. Okay. SpongeBob spins around. Let's see. Somewhere I'm at like 8 minutes in the episode. I'm looking. Don't see him spinning. Oh, it's before that? I've watched this episode so. Oh, there's the spin. Okay. Let's see. How do I? Ah, man. There was a key on VLC that let me go through frame by frame. Oh, here we go. It's like E. Okay, frame by frame. SpongeBob spinning. Guys, I know how to entertain you while streaming. Come on, admit it. I'm so good at this. I don't see it. I am going frame by frame. Oh, there's a picture on the wiki? Okay, but I want to make sure it's in the episode. People could fake it. They could. Right before it cuts back to Squidward. Okay. No, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm making this stream exciting. Oh, I sure am. Live sportscasting SpongeBob edition. And here's the play-by-play. SpongeBob does a spin. He spins around 3 times. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Somebody on Reddit found it too. All right, I'll look on the. Oh, that's weird looking. Huh. Okay, well I see it on the wiki. All right, I guess I can verify it off camera. But 746. I'm not. I just have a. I just have this episode. I don't have the first episode with it, so I'm at 3 minutes and 14. Or no, 3 minutes and 14 seconds left, I think. Yeah, no, I don't see it, but I can throw it into editing software and make sure I go frame by frame. That is actually really fascinating if true. Okay. So, you know what? This is the top one to beat right now. If someone can come up with a more interesting fact than this, we'll use it. But I like that. All right. This episode takes place in real time since there are no cuts to a future scene or any transitions to later on. Oh wow, is that true? Is that true? That sounds true. That's kind of crazy. It's pretty rare for SpongeBob. I feel like there's at least one bubble transition, right? Real time. This episode takes place in real time since there's no cut. Oh, it's literally just what it says on the wiki. Thank you, Robbie. That's interesting. That is interesting. We might use that. I don't know. This is the pilot of the only 2 episodes Steven Hillenburg received a writing credit on. Oh, that is also an interesting episode. Man, everyone saved all the best facts for Bubble Stand. Jeez. That is kind of interesting. The way writing credits work on TV shows are often like very misleading in the sense that like there's always a main writer or two that has to get credited, but oftentimes these things are very collaborative works. Like Steven Hillenburg had his hand in just about all the episodes, at least in the classic run. But to what extent, like how much of it was him, his jokes, and his writing, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that's actually interesting. This episode is seen in the movie Zathura: A Space Adventure. Also interesting. I don't think we'll go with that one, but that's interesting. So I kind of think so far, all 3 of these, I might have you guys vote on which fact is the most interesting. Where can you submit facts? On my channel page post. I'll tell you what, I'll put it in the description. How about that? Give me 1 sec. But yeah, that's the reason why Steve didn't have a lot of writing credits, is because I feel like if you're the guy that kind of has final say on all these episodes and you input things in every episode, and plus he already has like a series creator credit, he probably was just like humble, and would rather give people the credits. It really depends on with showrunners. Like, I've been watching a lot of Doctor Who, and those showrunners very explicitly write a lot of the episodes. Okay, let's see. All right, yeah, I'm throwing the forums link in the description. I can't guarantee that that we'll get to any of them submitted from here on out, but certainly it'll be there. You can submit it, and I will maybe look at it after the stream. Okay, if you refresh the page, it should be there. Did not expect me to watch Doctor Who? I mean, I'm a nerd, so.
At InfiNerdy sent $5. The last one regarding Steven Hillenburg's writing credits can maybe be lumped in with Help Wanted's fact.
I guess that's true. I try not to do facts that like could be true of multiple episodes, or if I do, I try to do it of the first episode that does it. All right. Thank you, the anonymous person. Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Robbie and Zara. Let's see. Eric Coleman, the vice president of development of Nickelodeon, thought this episode was too thin a plot to sustain 11 minutes at first, but Steven convinced him otherwise. Okay, now that's interesting. Okay, we got the oral history of SpongeBob. Okay, this is an interesting source. Let's see. Bubble Stand. Let's see. For example, I remember one of the first premises was for Bubble Stand, Season 1, an episode where very little story actually takes place. I raised the concern that it felt too thin to sustain 11 minutes, and Steve convinced me that the simple setup was the perfect opportunity to really define the character of SpongeBob. And more importantly, he and his team approved it in the board pitch. It's one of the first episodes, and it's a classic. Unlike other series that take 10 episodes until they find their groove, SpongeBob hit the mark right from the beginning. And let's see, this is... So that is a quote. Who's saying this? Coleman. Okay. So that's the vice president of Nickelodeon. All right. Yeah, I've seen this oral history of SpongeBob SquarePants before. As far as I can tell, it's a good source. So that's another good fact. All right, guys, we're doing 10 slides for Bubble Stand. Well, we each with a different fact. It'll be variants. I'll release 3 versions of the season 1 video, and you could be like, "Oh, I caught this variant of the slide." Be like when they show Phineas and Ferb and they color edit a few of the objects and are like, spot the difference. SpongeBob makes a total of $3.25 for his bubble stand. However, 2 of those are quarters he gave Patrick. Oh, that's a good fact, coughed. But I think these are the 3. So, and thank you, Noisy C. Let's put it to a vote. Let's see. Best fact. We're gonna do. Let's see. Zara's. Robbie's. Michael's. Or Noisy C. Vote now. And we'll move on while the voting is going. Or actually, I guess I'll sit here so you can see which facts we're talking about. We'll give it a second and then we'll move on. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I thought this might be a fun idea. People wanted me to like stream some part of the working on the SpongeBob video. And I feel like some things would just slow me down too much to have to stream while I'm working, or things that like I don't really want to show off yet. You know, the finished slide design and everything. I'm gonna keep a secret, but I thought this might be a fun way to do this. The first one is so weird. It's gotta be. Okay. All right. We got 44% for Zara's. Again, I'll have to make sure I find it. But as long as I could find it in the episode, I mean, I don't know why someone would fake that on the wiki. But as long as it's true, and then second is Noisy C's. So as long as it's true, we'll go with Zara's, and if not, we'll go with Noisy C's. Thank you for voting. Moving on to Rip Pants. Oops. Okay, so hey, this is something I'm not going to mention in the video, but I just want to point out the entirety of Rip Pants, right? The whole thing is that he's at the beach wearing a swimsuit the whole time. Why is my dude SpongeBob wearing underwear under his swimsuit? All right? We don't need to get into a whole thing about the logistics of men's swimwear, but generally speaking, you don't wear underwear. That's like kind of the whole thing, right? Otherwise, you just wear regular shorts. I guess the context of the episode changes a lot if SpongeBob's like showing his spongy butt off to everyone, you know? I can tell you that my fun fact for this is the toy that was released. There is a Ripped Pants SpongeBob toy released in, I think, 2004, like 5 years after the episode. There's a Ripped Pants SpongeBob toy where he spins around and rips his pants. And it's kind of interesting because the toy, it has SpongeBob singing the Ripped Pants song. Like, he sings the part that the guy who wrote the song, like the in the actual episode, it's not Tom Kenny singing, but Tom Kenny sings it in the toy. It's kind of fascinating.
At CDCB2 sent $5. If Squidward succeeded in popping Bubble Buddy and SpongeBob through a tantrum, would that make it an outburst?
Thank you for that, CDCB2. Oh my goodness. You guys are too much sometimes. All right, hang on. I think I have this picture as a reference here. Yeah. Here he is. Who shows his shorts in places of all sorts, is how the jingle goes. And what's crazy about it too is that like this bewilders me. This might make it into the review. I don't know. But what bewilders me is this part here. Based on episode number 2. Like Rip Pants is right here. The name of the episode. What most people would associate the episode with, and yet they have to tell you that it's episode number 2. Like, oh, I wasn't gonna buy this for little Timmy, but then I saw that it was episode number 2, and that's close to the first episode. It's classic. I gotta buy it. I gotta. Has there ever been any other SpongeBob merchandise that tells you that it's from episode number X? You know, like if anyone knows, tell me, because I think that's crazy. He's got giant shoes too, because they wheel around and spin. Also, hey, fun fact: the SpongeBob wiki, right? To tell you that not everyone knows everything. The SpongeBob wiki says that this is made by Fisher Price, and I do not see a Fisher Price logo anywhere on this thing. Um, so I guess it could be still made by Fisher Price, but not in the ad or anything do I see anything that indicates who actually made it. I don't know why. There's no source. I don't know why they assume that. Anyway, okay. Now that I've haunted you with that, giant SpongeBob. Okay, yeah, no one's ever seen that before on merch, right? Isn't that fascinating? Like the name of the episode, sure, but the name of the episode is the toy, so you don't need to put it in there. Anyway, that commercial ends with two children bending over to show their butts to the camera. So, why does SpongeBob look baked? I don't know, man. Did I own a Hasbro Video Now or GBA Video SpongeBob Media? Yeah, I had a Game Boy Video. I was very disappointed that it didn't work in my Game Boy player. And I had a Juice Box. Does anyone remember Juice Box? That was another weird cartridge video player thing. I think I had SpongeBob on that, but I definitely had Dexter. I'm not sure if SpongeBob was released for that. Anyway. So beat that fact, guys.
$4.99. Don't know if this fact is here, but Ripped Pants was the first episode on the first US commercial SpongeBob VHS/DVD.
That is actually interesting. Thank you.
At Nerdy sent $10.
Hey.
I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but you just reminded me that SpongeBob's crack getting erased in Frankendew Diaries may be the only instance of something permanently changing in the show.
What? Wait, did SpongeBob have a butt crack before then? I don't think so. He didn't have one in Nature Pants. We think that that's the canon why he doesn't have a butt crack?
The angry video game nerd suggested the reason the GBA player couldn't play the movies was so people don't record and sell bootlegs.
Okay, I've heard that, but that's so nonsense, because if you were gonna bootleg the show, why wouldn't you just record it off VHS? Why would anyone want the like 64p video footage of it, right? Like who would pirate that way? I understand these companies are maybe not the brightest when it comes to like anti-piracy stuff, but like it might be true. That might be the reason, but I think it's a dumb reason. I'm just saying. So, anyway, all right. SpongeBob goes surfing in this episode, but in SpongeBob SquarePants versus the Big One, he doesn't know how to surf. Oh, interesting. Thank you, Lazy Bones. This marks the first episode where SpongeBob does his signature laugh. Really? Thank you, Robbie. Is that true? He doesn't laugh in Help Wanted? I know this episode was produced a little bit after a few of these early episodes, and I have a theory about that, but I'll talk about that in the video. Pixel art can still be copyrighted. Yeah, no, of course it's copyrighted, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, I could take a camera and film my Game Boy Advance, right, and show the video. If we're that paranoid about piracy, like. And we assume that the audience for piracy doesn't care about the quality at all. Like I could do that, you know? like I'm just saying. Anyway, that's an interesting fact. I'm very curious if this is actually true. I won't fact check it now, but I don't know. I'm popping it in here. If anyone could come up with I mean, I guess he wouldn't have done it in Reef Blower. I could tell you that much. He hit the tree dome. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right. Rip Pants is Nathan Kress's favorite episode from the anti-SpongeBob fandom. Oh boy. Oh no. Did I spawn a wiki that is anti my term? I spawned 2 wikis? Okay, well, what is the there's no citation on any of this. There's no citation. So it just says, according to this, George Lopez loves Krusty Crushers. So, you know. Also, according to this, Jeanette McCurdy's favorite episode is Karate Island. So I guess it is someone's favorite episode. You know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that is Freddie from iCarly. Thank you, Wario. The song "Rip Pants" is a parody of the Beach Boys song "Be True to Your School." That is true. I was listening to the Beach Boys, the Rip Pants song. Yeah, that's kind of fascinating, isn't it? It's pretty clear if you just hear it, you know. Thank you, Michael, for that. SpongeBob's house, when it bounces, was animated using digital ink and... Oh, sorry, that's jellyfishing. Hang on. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Well, here, I'll put it to a vote. Okay? Do you like my fact, okay, about the Rip Pants toy? Or first SpongeBob laugh? Because I think they're both pretty good facts. We'll pull it. We're getting through these. We're getting through it. I was a little worried. There's a lot of facts here. But we're getting through it. Thank you guys again for being here and submitting these. I think these comments come from the Ultimate SpongeBob Bash. It's very possible these are true. Like they do come from somewhere, but if it's not cited, it's not a source, you know? Oh, no, my fact is losing? Come on. Tough choice. Oh. What if my wife came in and interrupted the stream? My wife is out currently, so that would be very surprising. I'm not going to end the poll until I win. No, I'm just kidding. We're at 51% for this first SpongeBob laugh. Oh, come on, Rip Pants toy. You can do it. All right, I'll end it. But end poll, I win. But yes, thank you for the fact, Robbie. I do find this interesting. I might just mention this, so I'm gonna keep it highlighted. I might still mention this in the review if it's true. Democracy. Democracy is when I win. That's why they call it Just Us, because it's just us. All right. So on to jellyfishing. And against my better judgment, I'll sort this again, so any new facts that came in will be seen. I hope no one trolls me. Oh gosh. Okay. Jellyfishing. From Dylan, thank you. SpongeBob's house, when it bounces, was animated using digital ink and paint, and this was prior to season 2. Yes, correct. Jellyfishing is the first instance. Oh wait, hang on. Jellyfishing. I was thinking of jellyfish jam. Is that true? Or is this person confusing jellyfishing for jellyfish jam? Because I'm pretty sure that's jellyfish jam. I don't think SpongeBob's house bounces in jellyfishing. Unless maybe somewhere in the beginning of the episode. Jellyfishing jam. Okay, probably confused. All right. Well, thank you anyway. Let's see. See, this is why we got to verify. How many digitally animated parts in season 1? I think it's something like 3 episodes. It's Jellyfish Jam for sure, twice. Rock Bottom also uses it, I believe, on the bus, and SB129 uses it when Primitive Sponge and Primitive Pat are running. Okay. During Jellyfish Field scene, SpongeBob and Patrick sing to the classical song Blue Danube, which I don't actually know how to pronounce. This actually is the fun fact that I had myself. This is what I came up with. So this is going in the, we're using it if we don't see anything better, because I think it's pretty interesting. It's the da 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 dum doot 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 doot. You know that song. Boating school has a digital scene. Does it? Dan Ube? The noob? No, I'm pretty sure it's Blue the Noob. Blue the Noob. I don't know. I would learn how to pronounce it if I use it in the video. Aside from the transition from the opening credits to the first shot, there were no bubble transitions, and only transitions were fades. That's kind of interesting, but I think Bubble Stand has it beat, right? I mean, I guess Bubble Stand doesn't use any transitions if it's in real time, but I guess that's kind of interesting. I don't know. There's an online game based on this. Yeah, so we can tell if it's a fact that was released that someone submitted during the video if it's not rap text there. Called SpongeBob Jellyfishing Game. Thank you, Andy. In the Big Bang. Oh no, that's Plankton. Okay, yeah, I think Blue the Noob is the most interesting of these. Although the Fade is pretty interesting too, I will say. All right, Plankton. So thank you to everyone who submitted here. NNW Guy and Robbie and iRoaster and Dylan. Okay. I saw Big Bang Theory and immediately stopped reading. In the Big Bang Theory episode, The Long Distance Dissonance, Sheldon Cooper is seen watching Plankton on his phone, specifically the scene where SpongeBob breaks through a wall in Squidward's house while being controlled by Plankton. I'm assuming this was meant to be a joke at like look at the nerdy loser watching SpongeBob, and I'm gonna take as much offense to it as I possibly can. But I will say I do actually kind of like the idea, just because his name is Sheldon, that Plankton, Sheldon Plankton, like that's kind of a funny connection. I don't know. I don't want to use this fact though. Boating School has a digital scene when SpongeBob looks at the track and it zooms out. Oh, fair. The name is originally supposed to be called Deep Cover from Pie Guy Remastered. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for submitting that. I don't know if this is saying Pie Guy Remastered submitted it or if it's did the guy that remastered my videos, did he put better facts in? Did he did they use better facts than I used? Because like I would not blame them at all. That's kind of interesting. I don't take offense to that show. It's funny and comforting. I'm being somewhat facetious when I say I'm taking offense to it. It's you know. He did make new facts. Nice. And you submitted it. Nturnbird? Is that how you pronounce it? Or NTRNBRD? Yeah, I can't verify that that's true, but that's kind of interesting. Plankton was originally going to be a one-off character, but Doug Lawrence, Plankton's voice actor, proved that he could work as a major antagonist. Yeah, so thank you, Cartoonator. I think this is a double submission here. So this is interesting.
That's C8,983 fee sent $4.99.
Thank you,
Ripped Pants is also Tom Kenny's favorite episode as well.
See, I think that's a more interesting pick, Tom Kenny. Good job. Oh, I forgot to mute my phone. Okay. So my only thing with this is I've heard different variations of this story by Doug Lawrence that, like, you know, Plankton was going to be a one-off. Plankton was like only going to have a few appearances. Plankton was a character that was written for Doug Lawrence or based on, I don't know. I just want to get the story completely straight before I put it in there, but I do like the fact. My fact I had was that Mr. Lawrence had previously used that voice as an incidental character on Rocko's Modern Life, which is kind of a similar thing. Plankton was intended to be a one-off character a la Kevin C. Cucumber or Reg. It was his voice actor, Mr. Lawrence, that gave him more story potential until becoming a main by the time of the first movie. Okay. Thank you. It's a similar fact. Why are we shaming Tom Kenny? Because he's like one of the best, you know? If we can't shame him for having boring picks for best episodes, what can we shame him for, you know? He's such a cool guy and such a good voice actor, and he's in so many amazing cartoons. We gotta roast him for something. Not really, I'm just kidding. Tom Kenny's great. I did also read in this book that might be false information, but I did read that apparently Nickelodeon wanted Plankton to be voiced by a guest star. Like, they wanted a big name star to voice him because they thought he was going to be a one-off character. I forget what name Nickelodeon threw out, but I can't confirm that that's true. But you know, it's interesting if it is. Plankton was going to be a one-time character. Thank you, Jaden. There's unused art concept where there's a tunnel of SpongeBob's hole when where Plankton goes in. Okay, interesting. The things facts like the unused concept arts and deleted scene, well, not deleted scenes. Deleted scenes are actually interesting, but the unused concept art and animation errors are interesting, but it's the sort of thing that I could kind of say about a lot of episodes, so I don't know that it's that interesting for an individual, an individual one. But thank you, Shockwave Tunes. The big band theory. The big band theory. uh, is that like a spin-off of the Big Bang Theory, but they're all music nerds? Thank you, Mike. It's a good laugh. When Plankton says, "This is my lab," a real-life Labrador Retriever is shown. This also appears in the second SpongeBob level in the console version of Nicktoons Unite. Oh, thank you, Mason. That is a true fact. Wow, you guys really like facts about Plankton. Plankton says, "Oh, that's just a double submission." Let's see. The name of Plankton's lab is listed in the closing credits as Alex. Interesting. That's actually that is interesting. Hang on, I gotta look at the end credits. I gotta verify this information. Because I kind of like that fact. That is such a ridiculous fact. Anytime it's a fact that I genuinely did not know, / also didn't come from the wiki, I think is really interesting. Oh, that's right. Oh, hang on. Okay. Fun fact, The Big Bang Theory is your dad's favorite show. I'm kind of over judging people for shows that they like or don't like. Like, it's fine. I'm also like, I don't know, different shows make different people happy. I might have my criticisms or anything, but honestly, I haven't seen that much of The Big Bang Theory, so as much as I kind of roll my eyes at it, like I don't have any legitimate criticisms. I don't know it well enough. Let's see. Jill Taylor as Karen. Mr. Lawrence is Plankton. Okay. Special guest star, Labrador Retriever Alex. Are you kidding me? That is so. He gets his own. He gets his own card on the credits here. Let me see if I can screenshot this. Hang on, I'll show you guys in one sec. Well, all right. You know what? I think the other stuff is interesting, but like it's more about Plankton the character. This is very specifically about this episode. Did you guys know this? Be honest with me. Be honest with me. I'm putting a poll. Did you know this? This fact. Yay or nay? Yeah, no. Yeah. I think part of it too is that because Nickelodeon squashed the credits for so long, if you watched SpongeBob after like 2003 or whatever, you never really got to see these full credits anymore anyway. You knew? Good job. I think it's I think it's great that they include that he's the Labrador Retriever because it would have been very funny if it had just said special guest Alex. All right. Wow. About 82% of you guys didn't know that. That's fair. That's got to be the fun fact.
At the _ anonymous person sent $2. Fun fact: Alex is also Pie Guy's name.
Shh, you don't know that. You don't know that at all. My name could be Carl. You don't know. Thank you for that. Oh, you learned about it because of the Amazon X-ray thing. Yes, it was me. I am the dog. I first got my start in acting in Out of Jimmy's Head, and then I moved on. A decade earlier to that, to being the dog in SpongeBob. Oh man. All right. Yeah, these are interesting facts about the Plankton the character, but man, that's gonna be hard to beat. All right, let's see. We got two more. Big Bang Theory again. Thank you, Coaster Fan. Thank you, Slacker. Thank you, Mason. Playing his Labrador is credited as a special guest. All right. Oh, all right, Madeline. I see you. You didn't just submit this, right? You didn't see this on here and then just submit it, right? Right? No, actually, because I sorted this at the beginning of Plankton, I don't. I don't think so. But it would be kind of funny if you tried to jump on here and we're like, well, you submitted it like 20 minutes ago. All right. Well, congratulations, Slacker and Madeline. You guys both get credited, just like Alex. Oh, that dog is. I was gonna say the dog is probably not here anymore, but you know what? I don't want to be that morbid. You know, I wonder. Okay, more interestingly, who on the crew's dog do you think that is? That's got to be someone on the crew's dog. I wonder who that is. But okay, cool. He retired from acting last year. I kind of want to tell you guys something about me, but I don't know how it's going to be taken. It's something that is not a popular thing, but I am not the biggest fan of dogs, especially larger dogs. They're just not really my thing, and you can boo me now. I'm a cat person. I love my cats. According to according to a YouTube comment, it was the president of Nickelodeon at the time. Alex the dog was the president of Nickelodeon? Terrified of dog but love cats, yeah. Like I'll be honest. I completely listen. I completely will say this is just a me thing. I'm not trying to convince anyone else. I'm sure those of you out there, I'm sure you have dogs and you love them, and that's great. I'm sure how I feel about cats is how you feel about dogs, and that's great. I think that's fine. However, keep your dogs away from me, please. There's nothing that like bothers me more than going to someone's house and they have their dogs just like jump up at me. I'm like, please just leave me alone.
Attila Vidadeed sent $3.58. Dexter's Lab did a similar joke about laboratories and Labrador retrievers.
Interesting. Did it? In what episode? Thank you, DDD. You don't have to super chat again, but I'm curious. I'm actually not that surprised, but I'm curious. Yeah, listen, we can all agree that people who don't properly like train their dogs and like have their dogs on leashes and protect other people from their dogs, they're not great dog owners, right? We can all judge that. I think that's fine. We can all come together and say like, listen, whatever you feel about animals, please keep them like away from strangers and stuff, like and train them not to like sniff people's, butts and stuff. Okay. Anyway, oh man, this got off to a wild tangent. All right, naughty nautical neighbors. Squidward's Solitude in E minor is not in E minor. What? No, I've been lied to all my life. Is that true? Hang on. I mean, granted, Squidward's maybe not the best at clarinet, so I guess I wouldn't be that surprised. Let's see. Squidward's Solitude is not in E minor. It's impossible to tell what key it's in, as there are only two notes, C and F, a perfect fourth, respectively. If it was E minor, the F would be a sharp. Huh. It's not in E minor, but it's impossible to know what it was. Interesting. The piece that Squidward calls Solitude in E minor is known as wishful thinking in the production music, and the entire piece is in F major, not E minor. That's kind of interesting. All right, Robbie, you got a high bar to beat here. That's actually interesting. We don't know what it was, but we know it definitely wasn't E minor. That's very true. All right. SpongeBob says he plays the bassinet. However, a bassinet is really a cradle for babies. Wait. Does he actually say bassinet? I don't know that I ever actually caught that. Huh. He doesn't say bassoon? That's kind of funny. Thank you, Noisy C. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. I kind of feel like it doesn't beat the E minor fact though. Um, and that's what we got for Naughty Nautical Neighbors. All right. Well, Robbie, I think you win this one. That's a good one. Huh, he does call it that. Oh, man. He says bassinets, literally calls it wrong. Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of my bassinet currently. It's been just sitting in my house collecting dust. My child it's a little bit of a large child, so they outgrew their bassinet pretty quickly. Bassinets are generally, you put them in your bedroom when the baby is like a newborn, so that they can be in your room, so you can quickly get to them if there's anything that happens. Um, yeah, that's because cribs are generally a lot bigger. Anyway, there's parenting facts with Pie Guy. He says bassinet, a combo of bassoon and clarinet. The joke being that he doesn't know anything about music. Fair. All right. Also, give me one sec. I'm surprised I couldn't get this working. I did try to get something up and running for people in regards to showing PyCons on the screen. If the people that are members could spam some PyCons for a little bit, just like a minute here, because I want to see if I can get this thing working. Because I think it would be very funny. Let's see. Okay, it's on. Did it work? No. Oh, there we go. Yay! Oh, they're so tiny. They are, they are so tiny. Oh, man. Well, there you go. If you are a member, you get one emote on the screen. Is that going to get annoying? That's going to get annoying real fast, probably. I will make the duration on the screen be like 1 second. How about that? That way they'll go away. They'll like chill at the bottom of the screen. They're so tiny. I made them the full PyCons too. Huh. They go away so fast. Oh man. All right. Anyway. Hang on. If I turn this off, keep sending them, guys. I need to keep testing this. Gotta make sure this works. There we go. Okay, cool. That should just be in the left of the screen. That's not too distracting, is it? Let me know if that's too distracting, guys. Man. Yay. All right, so if you remember, you can have fun with that. Okay, cool. So I think the E minor one wins, although the bassinet thing is funny. It's not really like that interesting of a fact as much as it is just a line that my brain just auto-corrected to being bassoon. All right, boating school facts. This is the first episode where SpongeBob's blanket is its purple color instead of its original aqua teal shade. I had no idea SpongeBob's. Wait, hang on. I gotta look at a picture of SpongeBob's bedding in the first episode. Hang on 1 second here. Is it different? Oh wow, teal. Huh? Never noticed. All right. That's kind of interesting. I did not know that. Thank you, Shane. The concept of boating school came from a compromise between Hillenburg and Nickelodeon, who originally wanted SpongeBob to be about kids in school. Hey Arnold Under the Sea. Huh. SpongeBob does not have anything in common with Hey Arnold, and I'm glad. I'm glad that they didn't make him compromise on that.
The guy sent $2. The E minor fact was your OG fact for your S1 vid.
I was waiting for someone to tell me that. I just didn't remember. I don't. You guys know I don't remember things very well. I believe it. Let's see. So this links us to a Wayback Machine Television Business International interview with Steven Hillenburg. That's really cool. Cool source, first of all. Let's see if I can find the quote. I assume it's probably just the same quote, but in the beginning, people give you notes and you have to fight it back. It was a new show and no one knows if a new show will work. Nick had decided it didn't want any more animal shows and wanted stories with kids, like Hey Arnold. They excuse me. They actually wanted to make Hey Arnold Under the Sea and make SpongeBob a child. I said no, that's not the show. What compromises did you make? I said we'll show the parents sometimes and put them in school, but it would be a boat driving school. Interesting. I knew that about the parents, by the way. I did know that about that was in the SpongeBob Exposed magazine, and that's the fact that I currently have for Home Sweet Pineapple is that Steven Hillenburg didn't want to include SpongeBob's parents. He wanted SpongeBob to be one of a kind, like just like one of a kind, and showing his parents kind of like is like, well, there's other people out there like him, and that's why in Home Sweet Pineapple and Culture Shock, his parents are like appear, but they don't do anything. They're just like non-characters, basically. But this is really interesting, Pete of Dawn. You got a high bar to beat here. That's amazing. I really like. I'm gonna bookmark this interview. It's interesting. Okay. This is the first episode to have SpongeBob's bed placed on the left side of the bedroom. Okay. More bedding facts with SpongeBob. The concept of boating school was mandated by Nickelodeon. Oh, okay. Someone else had a similar fact, so I'll give you credit if we use this fact. Childlike adult, childlike adult, which made him attend a driving school. Without its inclusion, the show would have never been greenlit. Interesting. Mrs. Puff wasn't originally going to. Mrs. Puff originally wasn't going to be a character in Nickelodeon. Okay, all right. It's the same fact, but it's a good fact, man. It's a really good fact. I will if you submitted a similar fact, I will still credit you in the video. We got several boating school ones here. First episode to use CGI to portray the road chaining perspective. That's kind of interesting. I think the CGI fact would be the most interesting in Jellyfish Jam, just because it's the episode that uses it the most. But that is kind of interesting. Stephen Hillenburg wanted Mrs. Puff to be a pufferfish as a resemblance to an airbag that burst when a car had crashed. Yep. Stephen Hillenburg documentary. I think I think that's kind of obvious. It's interesting, but I mean, I thought that was always the idea behind her design. Thank you, Super RJ, and thank you, Blue Horizon. This is the first instance of Fred yelling, "My leg!" And he is later walking with a cane when SpongeBob jumps out to help him. And I would guess this is where the voice clip comes from. I would guess that they recorded it for this episode specifically because he hurts his leg and we actually see it. And then they just dropped that clip into, a bunch of other episodes in the first season. I kind of like that fact, but I don't think it beats Mrs. Puff and the boating school being a compromise. Although, I don't know. To be fair, while this is really interesting, it's not super specific to this episode. It's just about the boating school in general. So I don't know. Maybe this one's more specific. I don't know. We might vote on this. Nick execs. Okay, I guess that's a common fact. Thank you, Cam. Okay. So let's put it to a vote. Do you guys like boating school being a compromise?
That's C8,983 fee sent $19.99.
Thank you so much.
Will you make a new season 5 review? Because I just want to tell you that in the episode 5. Inmates of Summer, I want to tell you the fun fact about it. Fun fact: the title card is actually skipped in later airings.
Well, that's weird. Huh. You know what? Just for you, I don't know. Maybe we'll remake season 5. We'll see. Let's see if we get past the first 3 or 4 seasons, and then we'll get there. All right. Thank you. So do we want that or my leg? I'm probably still gonna mention both of these facts at some point in the video. I feel like these are both relevant enough, but as for which one should be the official fact, thank you for being here, Flamestar. Hope you had fun. At the rate we're going, we'll probably still be here in a few hours. Compromise is more interesting. Okay. Sounds good to me. I'll give it a second. I could wait until Home Sweet Pineapple to choose since I used a a variant of the compromise about SpongeBob's parents. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Going to school is more prominent than his parents. Yeah, I think what I like about the fact with his parents is that it does explain like why they are characters, but not really characters. Um, but yeah, we will say that the boating school being a compromise wins. I will maybe still mention the my leg thing. We'll see.
At Louis Variety Hour
Thank you.
sent $2.
Thank you.
Will
Thank you.
the slides still have the broken leg icon?
I don't know. I don't know. I've been thinking about this. Do I want to include it? If I do I want to like draw a leg instead of using that weird royalty-free image? I don't know. What do you think? I'm sure you guys are gonna say do it. I don't know. Like, is it just distracting on the slide design? It's a fun running gag. People do enjoy it. I'm drinking Red Bull Peach Edition. I think White Peach is my favorite Red Bull, if I'm being honest. Use Fred's leg. I guess I could. I should I should make the broken leg picture be something on stream. I don't know, if you donate a certain amount of money, I'll put it up there. Leg super chat. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, that's true. I feel like I kind of have to use the leg just because of the season 11 episode if I review that. I don't know. I mean, for what it's worth, I totally get the reasoning about SpongeBob's parents. Like, just don't include them. You know, I like kind of like SpongeBob a little bit more as like this enigma. He's just this guy that exists. Sure, he has parents, but like we don't need to see them or know anything about them. I'm in agreement about that, but I'm also glad that the boating school thing happened because I feel like blurring the line between SpongeBob being an adult and a child just worked in the series' favor. Like, obviously, making him Hey Arnold would not have been good. Or, you know, not making him Hey Arnold, but making the show more like a Hey Arnold type show would not have worked out. As much as I like Hey Arnold. But I don't know. The boating school thing, I think, works. The season 11 slide design could just be Fred's leg. Sorry, Larry the Lobster. You need to take a back seat because you haven't been in as many episodes as my leg. All right, let's move on here. Pizza delivery. This episode was inspired by the 1989 film Powwow Highway by, thank you, Ono Stoltzman. Yes, so I did know this. I think this is in the SpongeBob Exposed magazine. Pizza delivery came from one of Steven Hillenburg's earliest ideas for the show, was to have an episode where Squidward and SpongeBob are on a road trip. And a part of that came from being inspired by Powwow Highway, which is about Native Americans going on some sort of trip, I think to save their reservation from being bought out by capitalists, something like that. But yeah, this was one of the things that apparently inspired him, and that idea was adapted into pizza delivery. Rocco had very few allusions to his parents. True. Okay. Yep. So that's the current fact I have. That plus oh, I guess that's the next fact here. Thank you, Shane. According to the Pitch Bible, the episode was originally different. SpongeBob and Squidward were supposed to be on a road trip, but it was scrapped 20 years later. That idea would be reused in the season 12 episode Pineapple RV. Huh. I'm probably going to try to avoid mentioning much later episodes, but that is interesting. Like, that part I did not know. So I will... Yeah. The shot where the gears on the boat changed, the words changed to the Korean words for forward and reverse. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Thank you, Robbie. That's interesting. You know, I kind of assumed it was just gibberish, but I guess it makes sense that it would be Korean. If maybe in the script it said gibberish or something, and the animators were just like, I don't know, we'll put it in our language as a little Easter egg. I do believe it though. They do kind of look like Korean symbols for sure. Patrick was planned to be in this episode as an angry bartender before he got taken out. Thank you, Noisy C. According to the oral history, that's kind of an interesting episode, an interesting one. I have no idea how that plays into the episode at all, or Patrick having a job, or the idea being maybe that they found like a mirage or something. I don't know. That's a weird one. There's a lot of interesting facts about this episode. Apparently, am I going through the episodes by chronological order? I am. Yes. Yeah, we're not very far. Thank you, Noisy C. Voted number 1 on the Ultimate SpongeBob Swim Bash. That's kind of interesting. Thank you, Joseph. Patrick, okay, again with Patrick, who complained that he was pink, but he did not make the final cut, and as a result, Patrick is absent from the episode entirely. A quote from the episode is referenced in the description for the Dead by Daylight perk Plunder's Instinct. Interesting. Dead by Daylight. That's a video game, I think. Although I feel like if we went by like video games that reference SpongeBob and their achievements, there's a lot of those, I'm sure. The ending was based on cartoon genius Aaron Springer's time as a pizza deliverer. Thank you, Eli. Okay. Wow, this is a lot of facts here. I saw a super chat. Come on, bot. What? Oh, did my overlay break? Did it break when we needed the? Oh, there we go. Oh, God.
Sent $2. The bot can pronounce it. Apiroga and Dwiroga.
Apiroga and Dwiroga. Huh. Okay. Thank you, CDCB. Okay. Home Sweet Pineapple has interesting facts. Oh. Okay. I don't know, guys. There's a lot here with pizza delivery. I kind of think... I don't know. The Patrick thing is interesting. I think I'd have to do a little more research about it. I don't know how you feel. I think I'm going to leave this one, and I'll decide later, because there's kind of a lot of information here, and I can probably combine some of these maybe into one fact. You know, like, oh, originally this episode was very different, including Patrick the bartender and, you know, a road trip with SpongeBob and Squidward. So, you know what? Yeah, so we'll say that most of you guys got this one. Thank you, Nick Moore 24. Yeah, anyone who said anything about Patrick or the Pitch Bible or, oh God, not that one, Powwow Highway. I think that gets it. The Korean thing is interesting though. That is very interesting. Okay, Home Sweet Pineapple. Boom. Okay. When the sped up part of SpongeBob calling Squidward is slowed down, he says, "And the walls are closing in on me, Squidward. Gary is terrified too." Wait, he actually says something? I thought it was just like gibberish. Oh, that's kind of crazy. I feel like my mind is being blown with some of these facts. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of interesting. Okay, thank you, Robbie. Robbie's got a lot of interesting facts. They're from the wiki, but I'll have to verify that later. But yeah, this is not the last episode of season 1. This episode came way too early. Thank you, Sukanzu. Is that believed, or is this a joke? I have no idea. Well, I think this is an obvious winner. That's an interesting fact. I'll have to double check it, but pretty cool. Pretty cool that he actually says something. So Backyardigans episode with the same theme of the pizza delivery episode. Someone delivers a pizza. People slow down the audio all the time to see if they say stuff. Oh yeah, and like reverse it. But I'm sure when we get to opposite day, someone will say a fact about what SpongeBob and Patrick actually say. Okay. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. When Mermaid Man picks up the phone during the game of checkers, the phone's ringtone is the same sound effect that would be used for number 11 of the 13 bad words of Sailor Mouth. Okay, kind of interesting. Thank you, Lazy Bones. Mermaid Man's style of shouting evil originated from Ernest Borgnine having a voice crack when delivering the line. That is interesting. Okay, and the source is Ernest Borgnine talking about it. Interesting. Let's see. Let's check this interview out. If that's true, I think that's gonna win. All right. 1:30. Thank you for giving the timestamp too. Thank you, Jane. Oh man, that's just his voice. He just sounds like Maroon Man. Oh man. What a great voice. Okay, yeah, that's again according to Ernest Borgnine telling the story, which might as well be the truth, I guess. Who know? Who knows? Because he's recounting something that happened years before. But I like that fact. It's interesting. The fact that I have is just the kind of maybe it's kind of a generic fact. I don't know. Is the fact that the Merman and Barnacle Boy are based on Aquaman and Aqualad, specifically the cartoon they had in the '60s. There's a little bit of Adam West Batman in there too, of course, with like the sound cards, the automatopoeia cards. Is that what it's called? Automatopoeia, when you make a sound that's like a no, no, that's not what it's called. You know, the cards that spell out what the sound is. Um, but yeah, it's very heavily, especially the intro, like the real intro to the old Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy or the young Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. It is like it has almost shot for shot some shots from the Aquaman intro in there. Like the whirlpool background and like the kind of gray cave background, the realistic looking fish. A lot of it is very heavily taken from that cartoon. Which is something I'll talk about in the episode, whether or not it's the fun fact. I'm going to talk about that. Um, Young Merman and Barnacle Boy have 5 fingers, but their older counterparts have 4 fingers. Really? Is that so? That's pretty interesting. I don't know that I ever caught that. Unless I put that as the fun fact on the original slide. I guess I should have brought up the original. I could have brought up the original slides for this video, for this stream. That would have made sense. It could have been funny. I'm sure all of these facts are better than whatever I came up with. Let's be real. Let's see. They have, yep, that's 5 fingers. And then old them, yeah, they have 4 fingers. That's crazy. That's really cool. I guess that makes sense because, yeah, because the young them is based on that intro, and the intro, I'm sure they have 5 fingers in that cartoon. Anyway, I kind of like that fact too, so we might have to put it to a vote. Merman and Barnacle Boy's voice actor Ernest Borgnine and Tim Conway respectively played Navy sailors in the 1960 shows McHale Navy. Yes, yes. Thank you, Pete of Dawn. And in fact, Ernest Borgnine was also in the Navy, and he was in a number of like shows and movies that were specifically themed around like water and the Navy and just like aquatic stuff. You didn't know I was going to read them live? Oh, buddy. Thank you, Pete of Dawn. I do like that. I probably will mention it, but I don't know. These are interesting and more specific to the episode instead of just like, you know, the characters overall. This episode premiered during Stephen Hillenburg's 38th birthday. That is fascinating. Huh. They lost a finger as they aged. I guess so. Fingers prune up underwater. That's pretty cool. There's an unused background painting of a slice of pie. What? Oh, I gotta look this up. Thank you, Nintendo. Nintendo. Hang on, is that true? Nintendo wouldn't lie to me, would he? I guess anyone could say they're Nintendo. Let's see. Oh my goodness, that's a good looking piece of pie. I don't even like fruit pies, and that's all right. I'll show you guys this. Don't worry, you guys can see what it is. Hang on. I will show you the delicious pie. Do not worry. Look, when it comes to the important stuff, I'll show you. If it's gonna be important. I mean, does that not look amazing? Like, let's talk about that. I mean, goodness. If you've never done it before, I do heavily recommend going on the SpongeBob wiki and looking at there is like so many production images we have access to. You can scroll through and just kind of see a bunch of unused images or stuff that's in the episode, but like you can see it in really high quality. Like that's one of the things with all these pictures is that when they draw them, they draw them gigantic, like with a lot of details. And then unfortunately, because TVs back then could only have so much definition, like you couldn't see all of the detail. I hope someone pops into the stream right now. Okay. Yeah, that's my cameo in Mermaid Bark Boy. They cut it. SpongeBob close-ups are either the most beautiful food you've ever seen or the grossest thing in history. So true. So true. Um, I thank you, Nintendo, for that. That's a cool fact. I don't think we'll use it. Merman and Bronco Boy, played by Ernest Borgnine and Tim Conway, are a parody of both Aquaman and Aqualad from Batman and Robin from DC Comics. The Merman show the Merman show shown in the episode's direct reference to the cartoon. Oh, well, that's the fact I already have. So, all right, guys. 3-way vote here. This is important. This is very important. Which fact are we going with? So there's the evil voice crack, which I'm kind of tempted to go with because I feel like it's kind of specific to this episode. Even though it becomes his catchphrase, it still originates in this episode as opposed to just like the characters in general. Fingers or the Aquaman show. Vote now. I'm gonna have to go get some water because I am all out of Red Bull. You want to vote for the pie? No. Evil. Is the evil line as prevalent in other episodes? I don't think so, but he does say it in other ones, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he does. In at least the second one. I don't know. My mind is like I have
Nerdy sent $2. Can you get me a water to BTW?
Yeah, I'll get you one from the infinity pool. Evil. It's never portrayed as a PTS thing again like it is here. Fair. Well, yeah, because he's back in it, you know? He's back in the game. All right, evil voice crack wins with a 2/3 vote. Boom. Sounds good to me. But these are interesting facts. Thank you to everyone who submitted. Dylan, Louis, Pete of Dawn, Robbie, Nick, and Jane. Boom. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, guys. Pickles. Don't want to forget that one. Bubble Bass order can be translated to a real order. Encyclopedia SpongeBobia and Binging with Babish. Thank you, Shane. This is one of 4 episodes transcribed as a comic in the SpongeBob SquarePants Tokyo Pop book Krusty Krab Adventures. Thank you, Robbie. Bubble Bass's order has actual diner lingo. Thank you, Thomas and Percy fan. Well, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. I think my fun fact is better than this. My fun fact is when Mr. Krabs enters SpongeBob's home, there is a piece of production music that is playing backwards. That piece of production music is actually the first time that production music is used, which is kind of crazy. And it's a piece of music that's used kind of frequently. And I was listening to it. And I'm like, where have I heard this from? Like, I feel like I've heard this very recently. It's the main title screen music for Cosmic Shake. So I like my fact better. What's the name of that production music? Let me pull that up. Dancing the Hula. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. I will poll though. We will poll it. Dancing the Hula backwards, but the fact that it's the first use of it is kind of interesting because it's like not a production track. It's one that actually does come up a bunch of times. It's just funny that it's the first one.
Crash_neon_official sent $2. Doesn't Scuttle he walks in this episode?
He does? That's weird. I don't like that. That's disconcerting. Comic. Okay, yeah. So that it's a comic, the diner lingo, or dancing the Hulu. The Hulu. I put dancing the Hulu backwards. These polls make no sense out of context, but I can't be bothered to type out the full thing, you know? That's the same lingo that Doug's friend Skeeter uses in the first episode of Doug. That's interesting. I read that like animal style is like it's like on the secret menu of what was it? In-N-Out Burger? Some West Coast nonsense. If anybody's dancing the Hulu, it's the Sandy movie. Dancing the Hulu. All right. Pie Guys Fact wins out. Thank you, guys. Boom. Moving on. These are interesting, too, though. Thank you, everyone that submitted. All right. Hall monitor. Patrick's ice cream cone hat would later appear as a first-look reward in SpongeBob Simulator. What is SpongeBob Simulator? Do I want to know? What is SpongeBob Simulator? Is it like a VR game? Simulator. Huh. Oh, it's Roblox. An officially licensed SpongeBob multiplayer video game under the group GameFan X SpongeBob. It's available to play as an experience on the Roblox platform. Not SpongeBob being on Roblox. Oh no. Hey. Okay. Well. Interesting. And the title card music is reused for the 1997 cut of Help Wanted, which used it as intro music. Oh, thank you, SpongeVol. I don't actually think either of those are that that interesting. They put SpongeBob in Roblox. They sure did. Huh. You can simulate SpongeBob in real life by getting a job at McDonald's. Completely having to avoid using Roblox. That's fair. What was my original fact? I might not have had one for this episode. I did not do all of them. I also don't know why I keep closing this tab. It's an official SpongeBob Roblox games. Yeah. Where SpongeBob and Sonic follow each other everywhere. They sure do. They sure do. All right, let's see. I did not have one. Dang. All right. I think of these facts, I guess the intro music. I'd have to double check it, but sure. Or you know what? No, I don't like either of these. I'm going to find my own fact, but better. All right, Jellyfish Jam. This is an episode referenced in an episode of Ray Donovan. Really? Isn't Ray Donovan like a really raunchy adult show? What is Ray Donovan? It's an American drama series. Oh, it's a crime drama. Huh. Okay. It's a fixer. Well, now I'm curious, like, what episode and what's the context? Interesting. One of the genres listed on SpongeBob Stereo reads obnoxious. Thank you, Robbie. And that's very fitting. I did know that. In early Polish airings of this episode, the scene of SpongeBob doing the jellyfish dance was cut, presumably to prevent seizures. Okay, thank you, some guy lost on the internet. It is the first episode to feature Mr. Krabs' pet worm, Mr. Doodles, who would later appear in the season 3 episode As Seen on TV. Okay, all right, Lazy Bones. Sorry. We're on Sandy's Rocket. Sorry. Not everyone had as many submissions as Help Wanted. Like, let's see what the breakdown is. Yeah, some of these only have one. Some of them have quite a bit more. Squeaky Boat says 13, and I bet you anything, like a third to a half of them are going to be that it's the Telltale Heart. So that's what we got, huh? I think I'm probably going to go with my fact about the use of digital effects in the episode because It's pretty prominent in the episode. Unlike the other times that they use digital art, in season 1, I feel like it is the most prominent, and it's used twice. It's like the house bopping up and down, and then also the jellyfish dancing at the end, all in a line. So okay, so we're gonna go with my fact on jellyfish dam. Sandy's rocket. First episode to feature Mr. Krabs' pet worm. I don't feature is doing a lot. That's a big word for the appearance. I feel like it just has it in it. I don't know if feature is the right word there. Let's see. The title card background for this episode is similar to that one of the backgrounds from the theme song when SpongeBob is being split and reassembled, but it's shade of red and slightly zoomed out. Card background. Oh, I see. The background's in the theme song. Okay. Interesting. The junior novel of this episode has an extended ending. Yep. Sandy like fixes the rocket and sends them home. Thank you, Tune for Thought. Robbie and Lazy Bones. Thank you, C or SL. When SpongeBob looks out the window towards the moon, the view of Earth from the moon looks almost exactly like the famed Apollo 8 photograph. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Okay. Let me get a look at this photograph here. This their photograph. Apollo 8 Earth. Earth. Ah. Okay. So it's like that half moon. View of Earth from the moon is almost exactly. Okay, let me look at the episode. Gotta fact check. Haven't been doing as much fact checking as I thought I would, but we got to move through this. I feel like if I fact checked everything right here now, we'd never be done with anything. So I will make sure all of these facts are true, but let's see. Where is that? Is that in the rocket? The end of the episode? I actually don't know when this takes place. There's a shot of SpongeBob looks out the window toward the moon. He looks toward the moon.
At crash_neon_official sent $5. Is Mr. Doodle's unintentional reference to the Sesame Street character Mr. Noodle?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Not even the slightest clue. Huh. Yeah, I also can't find this in the episode. Very end of the episode. Oh, I see. Okay, I see it. Okay, yeah, it does. It does look like the Apollo 8. It's got like the half the Earth. Okay, thank you. That's kind of an interesting fact. I like it. I think we're gonna go with that. Why are we talking about Elmo's world? What is happening? Is this a noodle incident? All right, squeaky boots. Well, we're getting through it. We're getting through it. We're almost halfway. Fun fact: SpongeBob has a body count. Yes, that is true about Sandy's rocket. That is something I say in the review. I have recorded. I think I've mentioned this in other streams. Or in my last stream, I have recorded preliminary reviews of every episode at this point, but I have to add in some extra, extra bit of stuff here and there. So even though I don't have the fun facts all solidified yet, after this stream, we get some fun facts we're sure of, and then I'll be able to potentially talk about them if I want to add them to the review itself. So the review is actually coming along. But yeah, that was something that shocked me watching Sandy's rocket. I'm like, whoa, we cut to a cemetery and Sandy implying that SpongeBob killed a bunch of people with like a helicopter or something. Very strange. Very strange. Either funny or like horrible. I don't know. One or the other. All right, squeaky boots. Here we go. Here we go. Are you guys ready for some Edgar Allan Poe? All right, Edgar Allan Poe. Thank you, Madeline. Edgar Allan Poe. Thank you, Dork on Demand. Third episode in the original production order. This is actually an interesting fact, and this is what I have as the fact currently. So this is something that Nickelodeon even announced this episode in, like, when they were announcing titles of like the first few episodes. They mentioned this episode. It was the second episode, the third episode produced after Tea at the Tree Dome. Or actually, Bubble Stand, I think, because Help Wanted has a weird production code. I don't know. It's one of the first episodes made, and it's really shocking because it's like, whoa, this is one of the episodes in season one of the few episodes that SpongeBob isn't like all over. He is obviously in the episode. He plays a part in the episode, but it's a Mr. Krabs episode through and through, and we both begin and end on a scene without SpongeBob. So it's kind of crazy that they made this episode this early, and I can see why they held it for airing, because they probably, I don't know, Nickelodeon or whoever probably decided we don't want to put an episode about this crab as like the third or fourth aired episode, like we want to we want to show off SpongeBob a little more. So I think that's pretty interesting. Wonder if it's an intentional attempt to see if the side characters could carry an episode. Yeah. I think there's definitely something to that, but it's fascinating because like Plankton, right? The episode Plankton. Sure, it's from Plankton's perspective most of the episode. However, SpongeBob is in almost every scene. Like even when he's not on screen, Plankton is like inside of SpongeBob's brain. Like it is a Plankton episode, but SpongeBob is like, a very, very heavily featured character. Even SB129, in which SpongeBob himself is not like that much in the episode, still has Spongetron and prehistoric Sponge. So like there's still a version of SpongeBob all over the episode. I think Squeaky Boots is like, it's one of the most, if not the most SpongeBob light episodes in the entire first season. Anyway, tangent. Maybe they made it and then decided, you know what, we we need to focus more on that square guy. He's got the panache to really carry this series. This episode is one of the few that was written in the pitch Bible. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Squeaky Boots was the first Spotlight episode. Yeah, so like, Bubble Stand is from Squidward's perspective a lot of the time. Jellyfishing is also a little bit from Squidward's perspective. Plankton is from Plankton's perspective. Like I said, there are other episodes that are kind of more from a certain other character's perspective, but this is the first one that SpongeBob is like kind of a secondary character in the story, I guess. Whereas like you would say that in Bubble Stand, SpongeBob and Squidward are both kind of equal in terms of like narrative weight and amount of scenes and stuff. Anyway. Okay. Edgar Allan Poe. Second episode in production order. One of the first episodes pitched to Nickelodeon. Hillenburg drew a sketch of SpongeBob wearing large boots, and the crew thought it was hilarious. They made an entire episode around it. Yeah. Boom. Production order. This is the last episode of the season. That is not true. Yeah, that's just not true. In production order, this is only the second episode produced for the series. What? It's the same person submitting these. I don't know. Okay. This is correct. Maybe they meant to put Sleepy Time and they got confused. The only second episode produced in the series after Tea at the Tree Dome. Thank you, Clay. This is the second episode produced. All right, we got 2 facts, everyone. I will, of course, talk about the Edgar Allan Poe thing, but I feel like that's less interesting just because kind of everyone knows it at this point, right? I think the production order thing is genuinely surprising. Wow. Oh, gosh. But maybe this is common knowledge now, too. All right. Calm down. Second episode produced. Thank you to everyone who submitted facts for Squeaky Boots. It was a 50-50. Again, no disrespect to the Edgar Allan Poe people. Thank you for submitting that. That is a very good fact about the episode. It's very interesting, but yeah, cool. Okay, nature pants. We got one fact. This is the second episode ending in the word pants. I hope I can come up with a better fact than that. I don't think I have one currently, but I would like to maybe aspire to come up with a better fact. Let's see if I have something better here. Nope, I don't have anything yet. So I think I think we'll try to find something better for nature pants. If you have a more interesting fact for nature pants or um jellyfish jam or hall monitor or any of these that I'm saying I'm going with my own fact. If you have any more interesting facts than what I've said, then feel free to submit them now and maybe we'll check them out at the end. Okay. When SpongeBob and Patrick are talking backwards in reverse, they're saying, "Hey Patrick, I give up," and "to get to the opposite side." They're saying punchlines of jokes. I get it. I get it. Auden Dominique C 1983. Interesting. Oh, thank you, Moon Crescent and Super Cookie, SpongeVol, Warrior Star, Tune for Thought, Clay. Yeah, sorry, just making sure I thank everyone. Yeah, I think that's probably the fact that's gonna win. I actually didn't know what the God. I actually did. No, no. I mean, it did air on September 11th, but not that September 11th. It was something that I meant to check. I didn't get a chance to actually check because I couldn't reverse it in VLC, but I was going to throw it into editing software and check to see what they said. So yeah, that's what I had. Cool. All right.
Attila Vidadeed sent $3.58 for nature pants. Maybe the fact that Squidward references the episode's running time. I'll give him 11 minutes.
We could go with that. I feel like, thank you for the super chat. I feel like that's what I said in the original slide, is it not? Let me see if I can. I don't feel like pulling it up. You guys will tell me. All right. Culture shock. We got one fact here. This is the first episode of SpongeBob to feature all 7 main characters: SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, Mr. Krabs, Sandy, Plankton, and Gary. Thank you, Bailey. Yeah, I think that's an interesting fact. I've learned recently that the amount of main characters on this show
That became a member, that celebrates 3 months of membership. Sandy's rocket came close, but the only scene featuring Plankton ended up as a deleted scene.
Huh. Thank you, Bailey. Interesting. Yeah, I've seen some weird things about who is a main character now. Apparently, Mrs. Puff is considered a main character. I don't know. And Karen is considered a main character. It's weird. But yeah, the 7 main characters as of season 1, I'd say. Calling Plankton a main character is slightly dubious because he only has one more appearance than Mermaid and Barnacle Boy, but like by the context that I knew of it, these were the 7 main characters of the show, even though Gary's is kind of nonsense because Gary does one thing. He says his line in Culture Shock, you know, his poet thing, and then he's got one appearance in this season that actually means anything. And I'm not talking about I Was a Teenage Gary. He's barely a character in that too. So anyway. All right, fun. So all right, so let's get some really fun facts up in here. These are the 7 main characters from marketing from seasons 1 through 9. Okay, that makes sense. Again, I read that people considered Karen a main character because of the movie. She gets a credit as a main character. I mean, I guess if there was going to be, listen, other than these 7 characters, I would probably say Karen, as of like season 5 or whatever, would qualify as main character. I don't know about Mrs. Puff or like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy or Flying Dutchman. I don't know about any of them. This also is not me dissing Gary. There's nothing wrong with Gary's character in season 1. It's just that he's just a pet for SpongeBob to talk to in like 98% of the appearances. Anyway, An obscure alternate version of the fun song, which includes new lyrics, was recorded for Paramount Amusement Parks. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Thank you, Bailey. Let me hear this song. Paramount has theme parks? Okay. Oh,
At Night Waker sent $5 for
interesting.
Nature Pants. The group hug at the end was
Here.
used in a 2020 Ritz Crackers commercial. This
Huh.
is also the first time Old Reliable appears.
Thank you for that super chat. That is interesting. How many times does Old Reliable appear? Isn't it? It's in the pink purloiner, I think, right? Here I will paste this if anyone wants to listen to this weird alternate version. Oh, and there's the SpongeBob wiki. Paramount used to own theme parks. They sold them all to Cedar Fair recently. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, Nightwalker, those are some interesting facts. Let me write them in here. Let's see. Here, I'll write them over here for Nature Pants. Uh, Nature Pants. Okay. Um, what were those? Let's see. Group hug and a Ritz cracker. I don't know if I'll use that, but maybe. That is interesting. That's kind of crazy. It's a 2020 Ritz commercial. And then Old Reliable. Maybe. I'll think about it. Pink Purloiner and the Jelly Slayer Composite Pro. Okay, I've not seen that one. Old Reliable. Okay. And then did someone tell me facts about something else? No, maybe that's just it. Okay. Oh gosh. Where were we? Okay. That's pretty interesting, Bailey. I do like that fact. The episode Fun from SpongeBob was released exactly 10 years and a month after the release of an unrelated Belgium techno anthem, Pump Up the Jam. It took nearly 5 more years for the episode to air in Belgium. We are closer to the Belgian release of Fun than SpongeBob was to the techno anthem. What is that? That is. Well, thank you, Medias Res Starline. That is interesting. I don't know how relevant that is, but that's interesting. Um Unrelated Belgian techno anthem. I mean, Pump Up the Jam is a little bit related to Jellyfish Jam, but not quite fun. Um, this is the highest ranked episode on the SpongeBob Top 100, the best day ever fan vote, with the results released as part of a 2-day marathon, November 10th, 9th through 10th, 2006, coming in at number 14th, higher than the Krusty Krab training video. Thank you, that media guy. I like the alternate version. That's kind of cool. Okay. Muscle Bob. This is Jerry Trainer's favorite episode, and uh we're referencing the anti-SpongeBob wiki. I think I'd have to verify that, and also I don't know. It's kind of random. I like Jerry Trainer, but I don't know. I don't know that I trust him. Does anyone have any better Muscle Bob buff pants facts? Either super chat them at me, or if you want to submit the form, like I said, we'll maybe get to some of these at the end. Here's one from Muscle Bob. This episode references a peanut worm, which is a real animal. It would later also be the
Attila
namesake
sent
of the crew of the first
$3.58.
movie,
I
Peanut Worm
sent some
Productions.
fun
Huh.
facts for Unfriendly Ghost and Chaperone, so you might want to refresh the document.
I don't know, man. What if some of these people are trolling me? Okay, there's not that many people that have submitted since then, so we'll do it. We'll do it. But I'm not going back. So if you submitted an episode, something for a previous episode that we've already covered, like, sorry. All right, and then we will wrap that text. Okay. Thank you, the Pickle Man. Peanut worm, which is real animal. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. When does it reference as a peanut worm? The script production material from the movie. Yeah, but when? If this is true, I think that's kind of interesting enough to make it. Oh, I'm a little peanut worm. What? How many Jerrys has he actually trained? uh, hmm. Yeah, I don't know about these facts, guys. But thank you for submitting them, Russian Kinger, Wario Stash, and Pickle Man. The buff shark guy says it in the TV commercial. All right, let me listen to this. It's amazing how I can watch these episodes like 3 times very recently, and there's still lines and things that I just apparently miss. Oh yeah, okay. Ooh, I'm a little peanut worm. Interesting. Okay. I kind of like that. I think we'll go with it. Boom. All right, Squidward the unfriendly ghost. Squidward the unfriend. Squidward, you've been unfriended on Facebook. I'm so sorry. Title of the episode is a reference to the classic cartoon Ghost character Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's true. Thank you, Bar. The G7 joke has an actual musical gag behind it. When SpongeBob blows the G7 bubble and says G7, the soundtrack plays a G7 chord on the ukulele. That is interesting. Okay, all right, all right. A scene from this episode is seen in the 2019 film Pet Cemetery. That is also pretty funny. Thank you, I love DDD. I kind of like that fact too. We might do a vote. Last episode storyboard by Aaron Springer / Sherm Cohen. Board team previously did pizza delivery, fun, etc. Okay, thank you, Pickleman. G7 chord. Interesting. Okay. I think we're just gonna go with the G7 chord. Pet Cemetery is interesting because it's kind of relevant to the theme of the episode, but I think the G7 chord is really, really interesting. I'll have to double check it, but yeah. That was actually the chaperone. You lied to me, DDD? Oh no. All right, thank you, Pop Knox, DDD / Denzel Crocker, the Pickle Man, and Slacker. All right, the chaperone. When Pearl bursts in the Krusty Krab crying, you can see at least 6 background fish, all of whom are the exact same character model. Yeah. The joke that I had in the so far that I've recorded is just that a lot of Krusty Krab is filled with a lot of people that look like their leg hurt.
$5, Muscle Pants was originally called Pump It Up, according to production art.
Oh. So that explains the Pump Up the Jam thing? Or wait, was that a different? No, that was a different episode. I'll pump it up. Huh. Interesting. I don't know. That might be more interesting than the peanut worm one. I don't know. What do we think? Okay, I'll vote for this. Here. Peanut worm or pump it up? This is going to be really niche, but so my child has a Tony box.
V6Z
I don't know if anyone knows what that is.
Is it alright if the facts I send in, for the future too, are only animation crew connections on other shows and stuff? I like giving those facts.
Thank you, Crass. That is interesting. It's just yeah, as long as it's really interesting. But yeah, I got my child a Tony box. It's like a little box that plays music and like reads stories and does sorts of things. It's kind of like an amiibo thing. You put like little toys on it and it makes sounds. There's this children's entertainer called Lori Berkner, and she makes a lot of songs, and one of her songs is Chipmunk at the Gas Pump, where she sings about pumping it up. And that's, now that's just in my head because because we mentioned it. Oh gosh. I know this is like totally random. It's just what my life has become. It's one of those things like burp cloths, all right? If you don't know what a burp cloth is and you're not a parent, which is fine, or maybe you called them something else, but if you're a parent, burp cloths in the first like few months of your child's life are just like the best thing that has ever existed. They're just like little rags that you put over your shoulder so that when you're burping your baby, they spit up on the rag and not on your shoulder. Uh, it's funny. It's funny. There are just certain things that, like, as a parent, you just they just consume your life, and then you don't care about them at all if you're not a parent. Okay. All right. We'll stick with peanut worm. Cool. But thank you for the pump it up fact. Yeah, burp cloth. Okay, someone knows who Lori Berkner is. That's cool. Lori Berkner makes the most tolerable form of like little children's music. There's so many other like little children's entertainers that you listen as a parent, like you listen to their music and you're just like, okay, like I have had enough of this. Lori Berkner's music is like pretty good for little children's music. It still gets stuck in my head, but it's pretty good. Anyway, okay, enough with Dad Guy. Let's move on. When Proberson, you can see at least 6 background fish. Yep, same character model. Tom Kenny reused Heifer Wolf's voice for the long, tan, and handsome anchovy. Did he really? Thank you, Ian, and thank you, Mary. Thank you, DDD. This is the first episode of the show to air in another country before the United States. Ooh.
Class V6Z sent $5. I've seen her on Jack's Big Music Show like all the time as a child. Do you remember that?
I have no idea. No, I don't know what Jack's Big Music Show is, but she's been doing this for a long time. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if she was making children's music back when I was a kid. She was on the Jack Big Music Show. Okay, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Shout outs to Lori Berkner. Yeah, she's cool. Okay, so these are some interesting facts, I would say. I think I kind of like the airing in a different country. I want to know what country though. Let's figure this out here. Let me look on the wiki page. Les Chaperone. Should I put like I don't know, like Temple Run in the corner or something? Should I put some sort of endless runner? Like, should I put Minecraft in the corners so you guys don't get bored when I'm researching stuff? How's the attention span doing? Am I boring you? Should I put Lori Berkner music on? Subway Surfers. Sorry, that's my age showing that I said Temple Run. Temple Run is it's from a long time ago. Subway Surfers with an AI Reddit story. Oh gosh. Should I modulate my voice to sound more like an AI? This is the first episode of the show to air in another country before the United States. Okay. Let's see. Broadcast? This episode and sister, the first episodes to premiere during March Toon Mania. First episodes to premiere on a Wednesday. Oh, well, thank God we know that. This episode was broadcast without a screen bug? Oh, no. Yeah, I don't see this on the wiki. The problem with the wiki... Okay, listen. Don't get me started on this SpongeBob wiki, all right? I'm not actually going to put any copyrighted music on. Don't worry, guys. It's in the episode box. Episode box. It's the secret box? Okay, well, I guess I'll look this up later then. I'll just assume it's true because I trust you, DDD. But, yeah, the problem I have with the SpongeBob wiki, one of the problems, is that there's just so much information that they put on one page without, like, collapsible book, like chapters. You know what I mean? Like there's so many errors they list, and production images and videos and languages, and like there's just so much information. It's good to have the information, but please organize it a little better, and stop with the 1,000,006 ads everywhere. Ugh. Okay, anyway, sorry. Have a good night, Super J. All right. I think we're gonna go with that fact. I'll have to look it up later to see what country and what the deal is. But that's a cool fact if true. Employee of the month. We got 2 facts here. Thank you, Viv and Blue Horizon. We've had a good mix of people too. It's not just like the same person submitting everything.
Attila Vidadeed sent $3.58.
Oh,
the air dates are in the episode box to the right when you load the page under the title card.
Oh, it aired in the UK and Republic of Ireland, January 13th, 2000. Wow, we had to wait 2 whole months. Huh. And even Canada got it before us? Oh, man. First this, then Avatar? Come on. I mean, everyone was chomping at the bit to see The Chaperone. We should do like a live stream where I have you guys predict what the outcome of my season reviews are going to be. How many, I think I maybe asked this last stream, but how many like SpongeBobs do you think there's going to be? All right. Yeah, the fandom page have so many ads that it glitches. Yeah, it's like I'm all right with ads, not all right, but like I can deal with ads. Like if it's free content, I get it. You know, ads fine. But there's so many ads on these stupid fandom things, and they're all like they hover over things and they pop up, and they're like weird, like disgusting feet show up where it's like, you know if your foot has fungus in these 3 simple steps. Like it's those kind of disgusting ads, and it's like, guys, calm down. Prediction: the outcome is going to be a good video. Well, thank you. 3, 1 or 2 or 3. 2 to 3. No, I'm not saying those numbers. 7 or 6 SpongeBob episodes. Okay, all right. Employee of the month. This episode is the first SpongeBob episode to be used in a series of Jimmy Neutron promotional interruptions in 2001. I know exactly what those are, and that is an interesting fact. I could maybe go with that. There is a video game and a song that share the same name as this episode. Yeah. Employee of the month is funny in that not only is there a computer game named after it, but it's also where the image of SpongeBob wearing a like an army hat. An army hat. What do they call those things? Helmet. An army helmet. I believe it's the inspiration for the Battle for Bikini Bottom box art. That they somehow took it off. Or not somehow, but for some reason they removed it and rehydrated, and I don't like that. It should have been on there. It's annoying because pretty much everyone hates fandom, but they're the only general purpose wiki host that's easy to use. Yeah. No, I don't blame anyone that runs any of these wikis. I understand it's the sort of thing that I'm pretty sure fandom like bought up a bunch of other companies that did the wikis, and yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's interesting that it kind of has several video game connections. Thank you, Blue Horizon. I don't know, because the thing with the Jimmy Neutron thing is that it's true of Hooky as well. I guess it's the first, but like, I don't know. I don't know if that's as interesting. If you put anti before fandom in the link, it'll redirect to an adless, more stable version of the wiki page. Interesting. I don't know if I trust that. Oh, it'll take me to the anti-SpongeBob wiki. I don't know. I think I kind of maybe want to find a different fact. The video game thing is interesting, but I don't know, like, because it just shares the name. I don't think the video game is really that heavily based on the episode. So I know I would love to be able to screen share the wiki with you guys and like go through it and find information, but there's so many pop-ups, and some of these they share like personal info about you, like where your location and stuff, and I'm like, no thank you. Okay, so I think we're going rogue on employee of the month. If anyone has a better fact, let me know. But thank you, Viv and Blue Horizon. Scaredy Pants. The title card was reused for the Haunted Bucket in season 16. Thank you, some guy. The ghastly ones are the musical guests in this episode. Yeah, and what's weird about this is that, to my knowledge anyway, all they do is play the song in the credits, right? They play a version of the SpongeBob theme song over the credits. They don't play it in the actual intro, and I don't think they feature anywhere in the episode. I think it's just the credits. I could be wrong on that. They could maybe have made background music or something. The Employee of the Month interruption is the first one we've documented an air date for. I don't know 100% if it's the first SpongeBob episode to be neutron. I like neutron as a verb. Thank you, CDCB. Yeah, that's the thing is that it's not that it's not a correct fact, but I'm wary of using things that could be proven false or like I don't know. There could be truer information, not truer, more details found out later. Uh, some truths are truthier than others. The title card song is theirs. Okay. Okay, so that's something at least. We might go with that one. It's not anything crazy, but it's interesting. There's a deleted scene where when the Flying Dutchman ripped SpongeBob's costume off, it showed a close-up of SpongeBob with his brain exposed. It was deleted for unknown reasons. Huh. Is there really a full when you say deleted scene, I say you might not be here, whoever submitted this. Abcons. Uh, is it like an actually animated deleted scene or like deleted scene as in it was in the storyboards? Because there's a lot of stuff that gets storyboarded and then just doesn't make it into the episode. But that's kind of interesting. I know there is a shot, like a close-up shot of SpongeBob with his brain out that didn't make it into the episode. This episode has an extended line at the end of the episode.
And Crash_Neon_official sent $10. The Ghastly Ones theme
Well,
is
thank you,
only
Crash.
in the credits and during the original airing the song in interrupted by the side-by-side thing they did back in the day, so it didn't even play in the original airing.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. When I was going through the watching the episode, I was like, wow, I don't remember there being a musical guest in this episode. And then the episode ends and I'm like, wait, there wasn't. And then I specifically go and listen to the credits just in case, and then there they are. Even on the DVD, if you hit like watch all or whatever, like you don't end up seeing the credits. There's like these combined credits they use on the DVD, and it's not there. Pro's Halloween costume is a reference to Bride of Frankenstein. Oh, that's kind of interesting. All right, wait, let's keep going here. As of October 2020 onwards, SpongeBob's line "Don't worry, it grows back" at the end of this episode is cut in Nick USA airings. What? Due to the line being said when the screen is black. However, the line is left intact on all digital streaming releases and iTunes, non-international Halloween VHS tape, DVD tapes, and Nicktoons USA airings. The line would later be reinserted in the Nick TV airings as of 2022. Interesting. That is pretty interesting. Thank you, Thomas and Percy fan. I guess it just got clipped off at some master they did, and they just didn't. I don't know. Didn't include it. Sarah Paxton does the voice of the fish dressed as a witch who called SpongeBob the haunted mattress from the voices of season 1. Okay. The wood shoes that Patrick makes SpongeBob are Dutch clogs because of Flying Dutchman. Yeah. Thank you, Madeline. I am embarrassed to say I did not understand that. I had to look that up. It's probably like the fun fact in my original review, or maybe I say the same thing in my original review. If I ever did know this, I forgot it. I'm like, what is up with the clogs? And then I look it up and I'm like, oh, that is such an obvious thing. Why am I so stupid? Patrick even calls him Hans. Like, it's a good joke. It's a really good joke. It's a good joke. I don't know. Okay. All right. Hey, poll time. Clogs joke obvious? Or did you understand the clogs joke? Unless you looked it up. Or let's say, did you understand the clogs joke as a kid? There we go. Who is Sarah Paxton? Is she someone? Oh, American actress and singer. Oh, she was in Halloween Town, or Return to Halloween Town. Huh. Yeah, she's okay. She's an actress. Oh, she's got a lot of credits, but nothing too prominent. A lot of teen and family movies in the 2000s. All right, good. I feel vindicated that 86% of you guys say no. Thank you. For what it's worth, I don't think it's a bad thing that they make jokes that
At
not everyone
Nightwaker sent
understands.
$5 for Employee of the Month. A deleted shot of Squidward stuffed like a turkey was used in the official SpongeBob trading card game from 2003.
Oh man, I have that trading card game. I should make a video about that someday. I have a bunch of those cards. That's kind of interesting. Okay, let me pop that in. We'll put that in as a maybe. Let's see, employee of the month. Squid, turkey, trading card. I'll know what that means later. Or I won't. Yeah, I think. Okay, so I'd maybe say that other than the Toulouse-Lautrec joke, which that's probably the most like go over your head type of joke in season 1, I think. But it seems like the Clogs joke from Scaredy Pants is up there. This episode is originally let's see. Oh, thank you, Sinoshrub. Yep, close up of the brain. First episode to use different music in the closing credits instead of the usual closing theme. There's an online game based upon this episode called Boo or Boom. Oh gosh. Okay. Sarah Paxton is also a seventh cousin of Bill Paxton. Huh. Play the trading card game with us on screen. Yeah, yo, anyone want to play SpongeBob trading cards over Zoom?
At Crash_neon_official sent $5. Now that I think about it, did the Ghastly Ones ever do anything after this?
I think hang on, I looked up the Ghastly Ones the other day because that was originally gonna be my fun fact, something about them. Oh, they were on the Zombie A Go-Go Records, Rob Zombie's music label. They reunited in 2024. Yeah, it kind of does look like they peaked with their appearance on SpongeBob. I'm gonna be completely honest. Huh. Okay. You didn't get the Toulouse-Lautrec joke until you took art history in college. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get it until I looked it up. I'm like, what does that mean? What is happening? Listen. I'll say it right now. I think I say it in the review, but I'll tell you guys now. The joke is that Squidward is going through areas and he's saying it's to this or it's to that, and then he goes in front of this area that is a parody of a Toulouse-Lautrec painting. The person's name, the painter, is Toulouse-Lautrec. And he says Toulouse-Lautrec, like you saying it's to something, and then Toulouse is the guy's, I think guy's first name, and that's the joke. It's like two, but his name starts with that. It's very strange. It's very surreal. I dig that joke a lot. Yeah. Okay. So of these facts, I think this is interesting, but it's kind of wordy. I kind of think we're gonna go with the Ghastly Ones, and I might include like a little information about the Ghastly Ones. I don't know. I'll go with that one. His full name is Comte Henry Marie Raymond Toulouse-Lautrec. Is that true? Okay. I was a teenage Gary. There was a rumor that in the original airing, there was a scene showing Squidward's transformation into a snail. This has been proven false. I don't know. Should I use this? I don't know. It's not just like a little thing that happened in the fandom. This was like legitimately huge that so many people believe this for some reason. There's a famous Mandela effect. Yep. Okay. Is this all? Is Original video of this episode is the only one to get a SpongeBob rating from SpongeBob season 1 review. Yeah, good. You made it into the thumbnail, by the way. When I skimmed these missions before making this, and when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, let me throw that in the thumbnail. Oh gosh. When Squidward's house flips on its side, Squidward's clarinet is shown poking through his nose on a self-portrait of Squidward. This mirrors how immediately after Squidward emerges from the wreckage with the snail plasma injected in his nose. Huh. Thank you, Pop Knox. Wait. Huh. I never thought about that. Have I been wrong about this episode the entire time? That is okay, yeah, that is intentional. That's cool. I never really noticed that. I mean, like, I noticed the clarinet and the nose, but I never really put together the pieces. That's man, that's good stuff. I think I gotta mention that in the review, even if I don't fun fact it. That's thank you, Pop Knox. That's cool. Okay. You submitted your own fun fact about this episode. Let's see. This episode features an alternative design for the Dr. Fish where he has human orange arms. Oh yeah, that's true. He does. That's creepy. I don't love that. Thank you for submitting that though. Man, I'm just sorry. I'm just like at a loss about the nose thing. That's wow. It's crazy how all these years later there are still things in season 1 that I'm like, I did not know that. I did not catch that. There was something else. I don't remember. I think there was something there are times in season 1 especially that they do a really clever job of like setting things up early in the episode and then paying them off later that you don't really see as much in later seasons, I don't think. Not that this is like set up early. This is like a second before you see the thing sticking out of his nose, but yeah, like I'm blanking on the fact that SpongeBob in Plankton, right? At the beginning of the episode, SpongeBob talks about how great Krabby Patties are, and then in the climax of the episode, when Plankton's about to, win the day, SpongeBob talks about Krabby Patties again, and it's kind of like it's foreshadowing the ending, Okay. I don't know. Should I reference the rumor? I kind of feel like we have to go with this one because it did blow my mind a little bit. I don't know. Let's go with this. Gosh. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Subconscious. Oh man. But do I still think it's a SpongeBob or am I faking you out? All right. SB129. How many of these are going to be that it's based on the production code, even though it didn't end up being the 29th episode? So let's see. Lazy Bones said it. It's the 26th in airing order, 28th in packaging order. Hints that the episode was originally packaged as 14B. I would believe that, especially because they aired it as a holiday episode, kind of, with Nickelodeon. So I wouldn't be surprised if they bumped it up to the first segment to be like, this is the big Millennium celebration episode. We want it to be up front instead of whatever is the B episode to this. I got it wrong in my original video. What did I get wrong? The point of a fun fact is that you're not supposed to know it prior. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think I can guarantee. Do a refresh after this one? Oh, Pickle Man. All right. I got everything wrong in my original episode. Oh, it was paired with Karate Choppers. Okay. Squid originally had to destroy robot generators in the past or obtain the time stones to get a good future. My demented imagination. Okay, thank you, Employee Million. I don't think that's true. This episode was originally going to be called SpongeBob 3000, according to concept art. It was called How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Sponge, and the Future Show, according to the 1999 press kit. Interesting. The first episode, the Krusty Krab is in the episode without Mr. Krabs being in the episode. That's kind of interesting. First aired on Nickelodeon, which hyped up the year 2000 with future theme premieres. Yep. I hope VHS tapes count. You know what? They sure don't. Get out of here with that. We only accept the wiki here. No, I'm just kidding. That's great. That's great. It's a good link. I'm sure. It probably took you to the thing that I saw recently. But probably same clip. Addendum. Oh, and here's a press listing. Thank you. Thank you, Metpan. Let's see. I have two just to pick your favorite. This episode, being a time travel episode, was fittingly released on New Year's Eve to usher in the new millennium. This episode had many working titles. Okay, I'm working titles. And SpongeBob 129. The title is actually still used in modern streaming platforms like Amazon Prime to this day. I wonder if dashes are like incompatible with like pasting it, like however they input this stuff in like the web code. Maybe it's just like not. It just, I don't know. It's more difficult and they don't fix it. Title is unrelated. Some of the unused SpongeBob titles are pretty funny. I encourage you to check them out. Yeah, Jellyfish Jam was originally Jellyfish Jamboree, which is a much like, it's not as good a pun, right? It's like jam is like jelly and Jellyfish Jam. That's another one. Oh, excuse me. Evil. That's another one that maybe you didn't realize as a kid, but yeah, that's a pun. This episode, its sister episode, held the record for the least viewed episodes on initial airing until Sanctuary almost 16 years later. While that sounds crazy, it kind of makes sense because it's a New Year's Eve episode, so a lot of people are with their families or at a party or doing something, not watching TV. My go-to on New Year's Eve is to watch the pilot of Futurama. Although considering this is technically a New Year's episode, kind of, maybe I'll have to add SB129 to my watching of Futurama, you know? This episode was aired on the last day of 1990s in general. Very true. Thank you, Sean. According to Nick Jennings, the episode was originally about SpongeBob and Patrick. Thank you, Eli. The present segment of SB129 now definitively takes place in the past, since the calendar in the future says April 2017 and the regular part takes place in 2017. Thank you, Pickle Man. I honestly don't really take any stock in this sort of thing. Like, I understand the calendar in the episode, but I don't know. It's just, I don't think the dates were meant to be exact. And I know the crew has gone on record saying like the dates in Sleepy Time are like, don't pay attention to them as far as like the characters' dates of birth on the driver's licenses. They were just like random dates or something or whatever. Thank you, the Pickleman. This episode implies the show takes place in 2017. Thank you, JTO the P. Okay. Lot of interesting facts here. I definitely talk about the fact that it's kind of a New Year's episode in the review itself. So I don't necessarily need to throw it in the fun fact. I could. I don't need to. I like to think Squidward was defrosted exactly 2,000 years after he was frozen. Also, can we talk about how nobody used the freezer in the Krusty Krab? What about Truth or Square, huh? What about Truth or Square? Oh man, I brought up Truth or Square. In Truth or Square, there should have been a frozen Squidward in the background, okay? That would have actually been a good reference. Maybe 11D7 happens after 2,000 years in the future. There's a timeline where the SpongeBob movie happens, but Squidward was never there. Okay. Anyway, I kind of maybe like using all of the different airing or the different titles that it could have been. Let's go with that one. I think that's fun, and maybe we can also fold in the fact that it's called as SpongeBob 129 on some streaming services. I don't know. There's just like a lot of, although granted, the least viewed episode is a really interesting fact.
Oh, I quite like the low viewership fact.
I agree too. All right, we'll put it to a vote. Lower viewership or titles. which is the better fact. Yeah, the low viewership thing I mean, it's pretty wild. Without giving too much away, SB129 is definitely one of the most interesting episodes in season 1. And this is a prime reason why they don't tend to air new episodes on holidays. Like holidays that people are busy for, not necessarily like Halloween. Although I guess people are busy on Halloween. But even then, they generally don't air new episodes on Halloween.
Sent
Thank you, DDD.
$7.17. In an episode that aired recently, Plankton's squeeze play, Squidward gets locked in the freezer but gets out by squishing his body to slide through the underside of the door.
That is so weird. I don't know how to respond to that. Modern SpongeBob would probably reference Squidward in the freezer. So Squidward's in the freezer and he just like sees himself in the freezer. All right, yeah, let's go low viewership. I might still mention some of the title stuff. Congratulations, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Although, we could use that as the fun fact for karate choppers. I'll mark this for now, but I will think about it. All right. Karate choppers. The face of the hot sauce close-up is Tom Kenny's. Furthermore, he painted his face red for the scene and couldn't wipe it off completely afterwards. So he went to a meeting shortly after with his face red. Yep, that's in the commentary. Thank you, Sponge Stir. That's funny. This episode is one of the few episodes released on DVD without any other episodes, including its sister episode. It didn't even have a menu. What? I own this DVD. It has a page on Encyclopedia SpongeBob. It was released as by Toys R Us in 2008. Whoa, I gotta look this up. That sounds weird. Karate Choppers DVD. Huh. Weird. Oh, it has an extra special limited edition collector card inside. This doesn't even look like it was released that long ago. I guess it was, but... Oh, it was released with the toy. Oh, now that's weird. But you know, this toy doesn't say that it's the, 20th episode or whatever. It did come with a plushie. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if this plushie holds a candle to the Rip Pants SpongeBob toy, though. Rip Pants SpongeBob toy is maybe like one of the weirdest things I've seen. That's like that was a mainstream toy from my childhood. I'm glad I did not. Well, maybe I'm not glad. I kind of wish I owned it, to be honest. So they really did this. They sold toys with a DVD that contained one episode. They were so stingy, they couldn't even give you the sister episode. That is something. But does this SpongeBob show his shorts in places of all sorts? In the season 1 new drawings from 2016-ish, the picture for Karate Choppers was my face on the hot sauce drop. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. I'm a little... dang, maybe I need to go back and do that instead of whatever picture I drew. Oh, I drew the salami that's chopped for the new review. Huh. All right, I gotta see, how much is a SpongeBob Rip Pants toy on eBay? Probably $1 million. Also, how does Rip Pants work in the UK? Don't pants mean underwear over there? Is the episode name of the episode really like ripped underwear? That's got a different connotation to it. I'm gonna be honest. Let's see, Rip Pants SpongeBob, $8? Oh no, that's a stupid Funko Pop or something. $30. I could do that. Would my wife be upset with me if I bought a Rip Pants SpongeBob toy? Oh, it says it's not tested. What if it's not real? Or is it not tested as it has some sort of disease on it? Not tested for COVID. Huh. I'm gonna add that to my cart and think about my life choices. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. If someone wants to if someone wants to super chat $30 in the next 5 minutes, I will buy this thing. I can't guarantee that it'll work, but at least we'll own it. I say we, but I you know, I mean me. What is that? SpongeBob pants dropping toy? What is this one? What in the world? All right, I think I can show this eBay page. Will this get me in trouble anywhere? Will it show any? Actually, I better not in case it shows like my information. But I'll share this toy with you guys. What is this, guys? It's a weird world out there. What is this? what? Forget this Karate Choppers one. It's lame. It doesn't even tell me which episode it's from. It doesn't say the episode number. What is it? Vintage 2002. It's electronic. It's just like you can pull SpongeBob's pants off and he has this horrifying look on his face. Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable too. Guys, look, you're not even looking at the full thing. Hang on. Look at this thing. Oh, no, hang on. Look at this thing. I warn you. This is this is this face. And then he takes his pants off. What is this? It looks like he's getting his rights violated. This one's $20. Oh my god. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. All right, let's see. It's $20 to buy this, and I think it was $30 to get the other. So we'll do $50. If we raise $50 before the stream is over, let's see, 20 super chats of $5. How about that? Wait, no, that doesn't math right. Yeah, no, that math. 10 super chats of $5. I'll buy both of these horrifying things, and I don't know. They'll do something. There we go. Here, and just so we know what we're playing for, don't worry. I'll keep them in the corner. Here's that one. Gosh. It's so bad, man. This is disturbing. There's a whole genre of SpongeBob toys that look like you're hurting them inside. Or they're hurting you inside. Sorry to whoever this eBay page is that I'm just like doxing your background.
Sent $2. I have that toy. The drop pants one.
Really? You do? Can you do a Q&A real quick? Why does he look like that? And what does the toy do? Thank you guys for supporting this. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to
sent $4.99 by the Bob. My wife will understand.
All right, I'm gonna text her now and be like, I might be buying creepy looking SpongeBob toys, and we'll see what her response is. I might be buying creepy looking SpongeBob toys if chat can raise enough money.
At CDCB2 sent $5, more disturbing than Patback.
I think this is yes. I think this is more disturbing than SpongeBob characters having nipples. If I'm being if I'm being honest with you, the Fugler SpongeBob plush. What is this?
Attila Vidadeed sent $3.58.
What is
Look up
that?
the Fugler SpongeBob plush.
That's not official, is it? Oh my god! What is happening? What? No, I gotta draw the line somewhere. We can't get the Fuglers. I feel dirty even saying Fugler. I can't even. What is an AVIF file? I can't even put this picture on here. Yeah, who made these? That's a great question. My worst nightmares made these. Hang on, I gotta convert it to a JPEG first. There you go. This is official. This is real. This is sold at Walmart. Well, Walmart's online distribution.
Attila Vidadeed sent $3.58. Just a warning, if you do buy those toys, they might give your kid
No,
nightmares.
they're not leaving my office. They're gonna stay in my office, which my child is not allowed in. My wife says, I'll take texts I never expected my husband to send me for 800, Ken. Should I tell her that chat liked her response? Oh, we've gotten off track. We've gotten off track. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll should I set here? I'll send her a picture of the thing, and we can see what her response is. Not the Fugler. The Fugler can stay where it is. Drop pants SpongeBob. I think that's what it's called. Gosh, he looks like he needs help. It's so disturbing. All right, hang on. We will get back to the task at hand. I just need to send this. Why are there two different toys of SpongeBob like losing his pants? My wife said, "Jesus, that's horrifying." She may not allow it in the house. Maybe I'll have to keep it out back in the shed. It's just like, what are we doing as a society? Just what are we doing, man? All right. Let's see. Did I tell you guys about the SpongeBob water? I think I might have. I had a bottle of water that had SpongeBob's face on it that I had left in the fridge because I was going to use it on stream at some point. And I left it in the fridge with SpongeBob's giant face like staring out at you when you opened it. And it just kind of horrified my wife. All right, let's move on. Whew, okay. If we end the stream fast, maybe you guys won't donate enough and I won't have to buy these things. Okay. What were we doing? Karate Choppers, yes. This episode is one of the few... Right. Released on DVD without any other episodes. I like that fact. It's interesting. Got us off on a tangent.
At Notchsa 9419 sent $5. The Powerpuff Girls Fuglers are some of the ugliest plushies I've seen in a while.
I believe you, but I can't look now. We can't look. We can't get more distracted. I'll ask Shadow if he's heard of them, and we'll go from there. Okay. Based on the Talking Hot Sauce drop is Tom Kenny. According to him, he wore red makeup to portray the character, but didn't. Oh wait, we read that one. Tom Kenny painted his face red. Yep. Tom Kenny. Yep. Oh, it was recorded in the Nick Studios bathroom. Okay. I think this is an interesting fact. Getting released on its own. I think that one wins. Okay, sleepy time. We're getting there. We're almost done, right? Sleepy time is like 30. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh, we got a bunch of them for rock bottom since I asked nicely. Okay, this episode was the last to be produced using cell animation, as the production code for the episode was 2515141, which makes it the final episode in the season 1 production order. In terms of the packaging order, however, the last episode to use cells was Mermaid and Barnacle Boy 2. That is true. Thank you, Dorothy. Plankton's dream was an inspiration for the game Creature from the Krusty Krab. Very true. Thank you, Simpsons R Us. Also, SpongeBob's dream is kind of an inspiration for the first part of that game as well. I never refreshed. All right, I'll refresh it. We're never gonna get through this, guys. We're never gonna get through it. Okay. This is the first appearance of SpongeBob's inward cheeks. I don't know what that means. I don't know that I want to know when SpongeBob was driving. SpongeBob references the title track of Ween's album, The Mollusk, when he tells Gary, "Mind your wandering eye, you little mollusk." What? I don't think so. Isn't it just because mollusk is like the phylum for snails? Right? Am I crazy? I guess I could look at the source here. Eat another fish fillet while watching Truth or Square? No. No. Ocean Man. Prior to creating SpongeBob, Hillenburg was a marine biologist, been fascinated with the ocean since he was a child. Upon hearing Ween's underwater concept album, he was galvanized. Shortly after The Mollusk was released, he contacted the band to discuss basic ideas for the show with them, as well as requesting a song be made for the show. The song became Loop De Loop, an instruction on how to tie shoelaces featured in Your Shoes Untied. If you want an indicator, what? I'm so confused here. Mutated Lips, the modulated voice that sings the chorus of Mutated Tips Give a Kiss on the Wrist, is so close to being SpongeBob's. Oh, that the first time you hear it, you're shocked thinking that we had copied SpongeBob, but it's the other way around. Huh. I don't know about that. But thank you, Luke. They did also make Ocean Man. Ocean Man. When I was a kid, I used to think that Ocean Man was, I don't know why I thought this. I thought that it Was She Mine? And it was like some song about like a lost love or something. I don't know. Okay. Oh, it is a reference to song lyrics from the Mollusk. Can it gaze at the sun with its wandering eye? Oh, interesting.
At Epic Gamer 127th, the Hedgehog 2 cent $4.99. Take my money. You are a SpongeBob fan after all. You have to spend thousands of dollars on weird SpongeBob merchandise.
Man, I didn't watch the video, but I saw a thumbnail of someone that had like some sort of ultimate Nickelodeon man cave, and I'm like on the one hand, I think it's cool that someone's preserving all this stuff. On the other hand, I'm like, where do you get the money? Where do you get the money to own like every SpongeBob plushie that ever existed and every Nickelodeon everything? Like I like, it's cool, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. And then like all that stuff, all I can think too is like, well, you got to clean all of it. Like, you know, it's that's a lot of work. The Nick Man Cave is what people assume my office would look like. I know, right? But guess what? My office, I don't really have any. Oh, I have like a Reptar thing up, and that's about it. It's like blank walls. Yeah, no, I'm not a big like collector of stuff, you know? I'm just not. Anyway, look, I don't feel like I need to plaster every inch of my house with something to prove I'm a fan of it, okay? I can be a fan and own like a few things, and that's fine. I don't have to be Patchy the Pirate. Although I have considered buying a Patchy the Pirate costume. That could be fun to stream dressed like Patchy. Okay. SpongeBob's birthday on his license was actually a mistake that slipped through the cracks. His age is intentionally ambiguous. Yes, that is true. I would guess that maybe like they just didn't put anything there. They assumed it would have been like just gibberish, and then maybe in Korea they put in an actual date or something. I do like this reference to Ween though. That the fact that it is a very specific reference. That's pretty cool. And to be clear, I'm not dissing anyone that likes to collect stuff. That's completely fine. But I feel like there is a level of collection that gets to be like, whoa, that's a lot of stuff. As long as you have a way of like actually cleaning that stuff and like you didn't go bankrupt buying everything, then that's fine. Okay. So yeah, the mollusk is a cool one, but this one's cool too. Oh, we've got more. Okay. Mind your wandering eyes, reference to Ween. So we'll count these. Thank you, Eli and the Pickle Man, and engage. Contrary to what the episode implies, it's not actually possible to visit other people's dreams in real life. Well, thank you, P guy. Reality. In future post-movie episodes like Driven to Tears, the characters' licenses are left blank at the request of Steven Hillenburg. This episode is one of the few with real-world dates, thanks to Paul Tibbet. This is the last episode. Here, let me wrap this text so we can see it. Oh god, I almost just merged all the cells together. That would have been bad. Okay. Okay, last episode, season 1 production order. I will mention that. But yeah, I think the Ween reference is cool, especially considering the band's significance to the show. Okay, Suds. In an interview for Nickelodeon Magazine, Tom Kenny was actually feeling sick at the time of recording for this episode. Really? I guess that makes sense. That sounds like the sort of thing that is true enough. Like maybe Tom Kenny had the sniffles or something. Tom Kenny coming in with like 103 fever. No, guys, I can record. I can do it. SpongeBob sneezes 19 times. Huh. That's one of those facts that's halfway between interesting and not interesting at all. Tom Kenny was actually sick. On megacartoons.net, it redirects you to Pink Panther's Suds episode. I'm assuming this is a piracy site. I don't think I want to reference that in my review. This is the first appearance of Tom Kenny in the shower. He appears again in Neptune's Spatula and the Sponge You Can Fly. Yeah, it is very funny that they got him in the shower multiple times. Yeah. Hans, the giant hand who does the Sudge treatment, was the hand of Peter Bennett, who was a background painter in the pre-movie seasons before becoming the art director. Oh no, he passed away in 2024. Oh. Wait a minute, how did he art direct in 2025 then? I assume episodes that released in 2025. I've always kind of wondered who the hand was. I think I like that fact more than Tom Kenny being sick. Sorry. That's interesting. Especially like being a painter, the fact that they use his hand, like that's kind of cool. Fun fact, when SpongeBob turned into a snail, Tom Kenny also transformed into a snail. That's just raw talent. Gosh. Patrick's outburst was so Valentine's Day. Patrick's outburst was originally supposed to be a one-time thing for the character, but the writers enjoyed it so much it started popping up everywhere. That's interesting, according to Jay Linder. I kind of feel like Nature Pants is Patrick's first like big angry freak out. I guess he's more upset in Nature Pants, but he's also pretty angry. I'd say that and Valentine's Day are the only two times that Patrick goes like really ballistic in season 1. Thank you, Noisy C. Noisy C, you've done a good job coming up with some interesting facts and sources that aren't that aren't the wiki. There's an online game about this episode called Love Hurts. According to Jay Lender, a close-up shot of Patrick yelling during his rampage was supposed to be the Godzilla roar. However, it didn't get cleared by whoever owns the sound. Oh, Jay Lender. That's pretty interesting. Hmm. Okay, that's what we got for Valentine's Day. Um, yeah, yeah. Tom Kenny actually wore an evil crown for 1,000 years to play the Ice King. Isn't that crazy? That's dedication to the craft. All right. uh, he actually became a mayor to play the mayor of Townsville.
At
The
the
man's method is
underscore
anything.
anonymous person sent $2. I emailed you a video of my SpongeBob toy.
Well, thank you. Oh no. Oh no. All right, I will. Let me see if I can show this video. I don't know. Oh gosh. What is this? Oh, it looks so bad. Oh my gosh. All right, let me pre-screen this clip and then I'll share it with you guys. Give me 1 second. I mean, I trust you, the anonymous, but I gotta make sure you don't just start like dropping slurs in the end of this video. Gotta make sure. So creepy. Huh. Huh. Anonymous person, you're okay if I show this on stream, right? Huh. Huh.
Attila Vidadeed sent
All right.
$3
Well,
and
I'll share this.
58 cents. Maybe you can give one of those toys to
No,
your kid as a Christmas
no,
present.
no, no. I love my child. Why would? Oh gosh. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Can I just drag this in here? Will it work? Oh, sweet.
Hey, what's up, Pie Guy? It's the anonymous here.
Okay, that was probably a little loud. Hang on.
Live stream
oh,
right now
God.
in the background, including this. So anyway,
Okay.
here's the SpongeBob drop pants thing. Is that if you pull his arm? Oh, sorry. I should set this down real quick next to my.
Okay, there we go.
Let me set this down real quick. So here's pretty much what he does. He moves his arms in the back. He moves his arms back. Unfortunately, he doesn't work right now. I don't know if he works at all the batteries. I'm sure he says phrases, but here's what he does. He pretty much just does this. He pulls his arm down and he drops his pants like that. Like this. And I think I've had this for over probably almost 20 years now. It's made 2002, and
wow.
Plus, if you do this, push his arm back, his tongue sticks out.
Huh.
Like this.
That's pretty cool, actually. It's really just the face they chose, you know? Like, the functionality's cool. Thank you for sending that in.
And if you do that, his nose is rubbery. It doesn't do anything, but I'm pretty sure, like, when he pulls pants down, he's supposed to talk.
Huh.
But yeah.
Cool.
That's what he does.
Thank you so much for sending that.
So, yeah, it's on right now,
Huh.
so. See? No, he doesn't talk right now. I don't even know if I might put batteries in it. Yeah, I don't even have those batteries right now, but yeah, he pushes his head back and his tongue sticks out.
Huh.
Glad I found this, but yeah, I hope you see this video.
Thank you. All right. Freak Bob. The tongue is a little disturbing. Yeah. Yeah, the tongue movement with the facial expression is horrifying. Yeah, I just mean on a technical level, it's cool that the toy does all those things. It's just like, oh man. I guess he's supposed to be embarrassed, but like, I guess like if we're comparing things here, this is like creepy, but at least it's not haunting. This is just like, man. All right, we'll just pop these in here. Just pop these real small. Okay, there we go. Yeah, thank you for sending that in. That was cool. Okay. I will read that other email later. Thank you, Bailey, for sending that in. Okay. Ooh. So, Yeah, the Godzilla roar is kind of an interesting fact, I think. The Paper, the spin-off of The Office. The recording scripts for this episode and every season 1 episode were found in the asset discs for the PS1 game Super Sponge. This episode was originally titled Lemons at a Lemonade. Yeah, we talked about this a lot earlier in the stream. Oh gosh, how many hours has it been? Wait, how long have I been streaming? 3 hours. Okay. Anyway, we got to move this along here. So yes, the Super Sponge leak was interesting. Lemons Out of Lemonade is like, it's a title that makes sense in that, like, you know, when all you have is a piece of paper, you have fun with that paper. But it also would have implied, like, it would have been weird to title an episode that without at least like one reference to lemons in there. Unless the original idea was that SpongeBob was supposed to get a lemon peel and have fun with that. I feel like that might be a missed opportunity. That might have been a funnier episode. SpongeBob has Squidward throws away a lemon peel, and SpongeBob does all sorts of crazy things with it.
127th the Hedgehog 2 cent $4.99. Here's more money. You need those toys.
Well, thank you, Epic Gamer.
You'll regret it for the rest of your life if someone else buys them.
Production name is Lemons Out of Lemonade. It's always perplexed me. Is it about Squidward being envious of a piece of paper, the metaphorical lemon? Yeah, I think it's just like when all you have is an X, you know, then, or what? There's another saying. It's like when all you have is a hammer, everything's a nail. I guess that's a kind of a different saying, but yeah. Yep, SpongeBob makes lemonade fun out of his lemon, the paper. I think the paper is it's more indicative of what the episode is. But yeah, we can use the lemons out of lemonade thing. That's fine. Okay. Arr! This is the first of 3 season 1s that Vincent Whaler was involved in. He would come back to the show as a creative director in season 4 and has stuck with the show ever since. Thank you, Tune for Thought. There is a real-life board game based on the Flying Dutchman board game, which is based on a real-life treasure map. I like the way you phrased it. I've seen the board game for sale. I think I mentioned this. A friend gave me that board game, and I sold it because it didn't look very good. Is the toy in the corner of the screen concerning? Like, is everyone okay? That the fact that that's still there? You want me to take it down? Is it gonna haunt your nightmares? It just screams help me. That's what this face screams, you know. Okay. Yeah, I like this fact, and honestly I might even use this phrasing, to be honest.
Attila sent $3.58. Fun fact of Sleepy Time that came to me: there is a Power Touch book based on the episode. I had it when I was a little kid.
That's cool. My stream is gonna get struck because of those toys. Inappropriate for anyone. Yeah, I do probably pronounce it wrong. It's pronounced Waller. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know why I pronounced it that way. Okay. I think the worst thing about these toys, right? If you guys make me buy these, is that not only will I own this, but I'll own a version of this that someone has had for like 30 years. Okay, not quite 30 years, maybe like 20 something years. You know what I mean? Like looking at this picture, like it looks like all the muck from your fingerprints have like rubbed off onto it, you know? Like it's worse than if it was brand new, obviously. Okay. Getting distracted. This is also the same fact, so we'll credit you as well. Thank you, Blue Guy and Michael Caden.
@InfiNerdy sent $4.99. Make the images in the corner get slightly bigger following every $5 super chat.
Well, unfortunately, we're almost there. Gotta spend $100 for a sealed one. Do you think it looks any better sealed? Is there a sealed version? Let's see. SpongeBob dropping pants sealed. there is a brand new one for $30 instead of 20, or best offer. I could offer him 20 and see what happens. But unfortunately, the sealed one still is exposed. Like, it's still been touched a bunch, you know? It's like one of those boxes that, like, yeah, it's been touched a bunch.
Attila Vidadeed sent $3.58.
All right.
It is now your destiny to buy those toys.
All right, let me purchase them on my phone. Yeah, no, these things aren't leaving my office. My child must never know of the curse. Give me 1 second. Ripped pants, SpongeBob. $30 or best offer. Maybe I'll haggle. See if I can pocket some of the super chat money. I'm gonna make an offer for Rip Pants SpongeBob for $20. Continue. Add message. I'll just send a link to the stream. I'll be like, please. Oh yeah, because it includes it's actually 28 with shipping and tax if I offer that. Oh man. Oh, my wife is glad we don't share an office. All right, we're sending an offer. Okay, so that's Rip Pants SpongeBob. I'm sure we can get the other one for cheap. We can haggle that down. Dropped pants SpongeBob. My wife said they're living in your office. They're not allowed anywhere else. See, this is why we got married. I said the exact same thing. Wait, what is this thing called? Is it not called Drop Pants SpongeBob? Oh, Pants Droppin', excuse me. Well, I'm sure that's even worse in the UK. All right, so it's $19.99 plus delivery. So let's okay, that one doesn't. Okay, yeah, this one's $30, $20 shipping. Forget that. Sorry, sorry guys. Oh, what is this one? This one's creepy too. Why are they all so creepy? I can't haggle the drop pants one. There's the only one with the best offer has way too much shipping, so I guess we'll have to buy it now. $30. I hope you're happy. I'm spending $30 on the cursed one. Gosh. All right, and then I'll show you the next cursed figure that I found that I'm not gonna buy, but you know. All right, cool. So we officially bought the creepy drop pants one, and then the Rip Pants SpongeBob we've made an offer on. We'll have to see what happens. I will own it one way or another. If I have to pay full price, I'll have to pay full price. But you know. Yeah, I don't understand how they just couldn't make SpongeBob back then. It's just all creepy all the way down. What is this? This is from 2014. Oh, guys, are you ready? Are you ready, kids? All right, I'm warning you. It's not pretty. Where is it? Let's see. Where did I save it? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah. Look at this thing. 2014. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. I want all of you to look at it. What did they do to my boy? Look how they massacred my Bob. Look at the picture of him in the corner of the box, and then the actual guy. I assume he closes his eyes, but like, oh, he ain't no sponge buddy of mine. I'll tell you that much. Oh, sponge buddy. Okay, let's get this thing off the screen. I don't know. I don't know, man. Has anyone made a video about SpongeBob's cursed figures? I'm sure someone's made videos about SpongeBob figurines, but maybe I should make a video that's just like reviewing the most cursed SpongeBob toys. Five Nights at the Krusty Krab. Oh yeah. Okay. Moving on from that nightmare fuel. My gosh. How did this happen? When did okay.
At crash_me_on_official sent $5. I wasn't looking at my screen when it popped up on screen and legit made me jump XD.
Yeah, man, it is actually horrifying. This isn't like me doing a bit. Like, these are legitimately creepy. I need to apologize to Rip Pants SpongeBob because somehow this is the least disturbing that SpongeBob has looked tonight. Okay. Phantom Strider made a video about cursed SpongeBob merch once. Dang. All right, fair enough. Okay. Now on to the million facts about Rock Bottom we get, because I said there wasn't enough facts. All right, according to the PC Video Game Employee of the Month, Rock Bottom has a TV station called WCTV. Thank you, Bailey. That's kind of interesting. This episode is the first appearance of Glove World. That's true. Thank you, DDD. This is the only appearance of Rock Bottom on the show, excluding other media such as video games, until season 10's out of the picture. 197 episodes and 17 years later. MC Skull, call me Sarah.
Attila
Okay.
Vidadeed sent $3.58. There is a SpongeBob thermometer you put up your, well, you can guess. No, I'm not kidding.
No.
Someone made a video on it.
There's no way. There's no way. It's a musical SpongeBob digital thermometer. There's no way this goes anywhere but your mouth, right? Nope. Okay. Yeah. It can go right in the Rip Pants. Oh, goodness. But at least the picture of SpongeBob on top of the thermometer is normal looking. Gosh. It's not even a joke. It's not even a joke. It's real. Okay. This is the new stream. Pie Guy tries to get through these submissions to actually work on the video while getting distracted with the most cursed SpongeBob merchandise in existence. I gotta visit Dr. Peter Langton after this. Oh man, I don't even know. Can someone tell me what is the viewership of the stream? Do we have a lot of people here? The buttons SpongeBob pressed to get the kelp nougat crunch are A, B, E, F, A, C, F, E, C. Interesting. Thank you, Stoltzman. Almost 100, 112. Nice. Rock Bottom was based on Mr. Lawrence's experience in first grade when he missed the bus and panicked because he didn't recognize anyone. Oh, that's actually really interesting. Really? Let's see. From BuzzFeed. Oh, but it's an actual interview with Mr. Lawrence. That's cool. Let's see. Let's see. Of course, our mothers were waiting for us at the... Wait, hang on. We're freaking out. I'm about to burst in... Oh, this is a long story. With Rock Bottom, I think this must have been first grade. Wait, hang on. Particularly the Rock Bottom episode. Derek Dryman, Steve Hillenberg, and I were in the room trying to mine our childhoods. Stories we would come up with, like the Rip Pants episode, came from an embarrassing thing that happened to Steve when he was a kid.
Louis Variety Hour sent $2. They should make a plush of the Who Bob closer.
Are you telling me these aren't that's not what that creepy eye one is? Imagine. So So Steven Hillenburg rips his pants as a child, and then this sets into event the motion of making the episode rip pants, and then eventually we have a toy based on an episode based on a childhood memory of ripping his pants. What a world! What a world, man. Um, what a legend. With Rock Bottom, I think this must have been first grade. I got on the wrong bus coming home from school. I was not paying attention because I was little and I was late for the bus. I assumed it was my bus because another kid from my neighborhood got on it. I followed him. We're talking, sitting on the bus, and all of a sudden I look around and notice I don't recognize anyone from my neighborhood on the bus. It became a panic. I was 6 years old and it was terrifying. Huh. That's cool. I like that fact so far. Thank you, Bionicle Forever. Boom. Reappears 17 years out of the picture. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Squidina travels back to this episode during a time travel special. SpongeBob and Patrick's timeline twist up. Writer and Plankton voice actor Mr. Lawrence based it on childhood being wrong for the bus. Victor, thank you. I think we're probably gonna go with that. We'll see if there's anything better. The phrase rock bottom means you hit your lowest point in the episode. SpongeBob and Patrick leave Bikini Bottom and go to the lowest part of the ocean where they literally hit rock bottom. Yeah. I always thought the title was a play on Bikini Bottom. Yeah, I mean, in some it is. It's like a play on Bikini Bottom. It's a play on hitting rock bottom. It's also a play on the creepy looking fish that are found in the deep, deep trenches of the ocean that like humans don't even fully know about or understand. Oh hey, that's you, Hanaku-kun. Cool. Fun fact about the episode: in the Spanish Latin American dub, after SpongeBob shouts tartar sauce, instead of speaking gibberish after he shouts the barnacles, tentacles, jellyfish, then speaks gibberish. Huh, that's kind of interesting. So Lawrence Bus online game. A lot of online games about SpongeBob. The ride based on this episode called Rock Bottom Plunge, located in the Mall of America. Oh, really? Huh. I've been there. I don't remember that ride. That's kind of interesting. After this episode, Glove World doesn't appear again until season 5. Season 5. Oh, Glove World. I was gonna say I thought it was out of the picture, but that's Rock Bottom. Glove World doesn't appear until season 5. Plot of this episode is based off Mr. Lawrence's experience. Yeah, I mean I think that's a clear winner. That's an interesting fact, and a lot of people submit it. Oh yeah, this one made the thumbnail too. Yeah, I know it's getting late. We gotta come on. We gotta get a dog, little longy. Okay. George W. Bush was the governor of Texas when the episode aired. I mean, that's kind of interesting, but like, I don't know if it's that relevant to anything. Is the episode a commentary on George Bush? 2 production tracks, Old Helio, March, and Aloha, were originally going to play in this episode, but it was cut. Okay. The credits for this episode has a unique variant of the theme song sung by Junior Brown. That's an interesting fact. I like that. Yeah, they did that a few times, like with the Scaredy Pants. Some copies of the end credits feature a special country remix by Junior Brown, who sings the final line. I wanna go home. Yeah, I always thought it was kind of weird that like they credit Junior Brown and then he only sings like the one line. But I guess it makes sense if they got him for the credit too. Can we say the governor from Texas is dumb? George Bush is the one who tasks Sandy with studying sea creatures so that humans and fish can coexist in peace. Oh no! Oh no! Now Sandy. Oh dear. Credits theme. This episode was written in part by Vincent Waller, who is from Texas. Oh, it's part of the reason he was given this premise. That is pretty interesting. From Vince's Blue Sky. Okay. One of the background tunes this episode composed by Junior Brown, based on an actual song with lyrics by Junior Brown called "The Hillbilly Hula Gal." Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think the Junior Brown is interesting enough. The Junior Brown fact. I think we've got a good mix of facts so far. Thank you everyone who's submitted facts. This has actually been very, very helpful and interesting. There's a few episodes that I think I'm still going to go with my own facts, but like a lot of these are things that I genuinely did not know and are pretty fun facts. This is interesting. I saw this ahead of the stream and I'm like, whoa. SpongeBob's tan is colored differently in remastered releases compared to the original version. So there is a YouTube video. I will link it in the comment in the chat. I guess I could probably pin it maybe. Let's see. Um let's see. Can I pin that? Oh, maybe I can't. Uh yeah, I can pin it. Cool. Um yeah, it's pretty interesting. This compares it. Nicktoons CEE, I think, is maybe the British version of SpongeBob or the British version of Nickelodeon. I could be wrong. But yeah, basically, instead of being kind of like a brown, they change his tan to orange. And I don't know if I could say for certain the reason. I don't know if it's like a racism thing. They were worried about skin tone. I don't know what kind of fool would compare skin tones and tanning and everything, but um, yeah, that's interesting. I think I do like this fact in that it's interesting, but I would want to do a little more research about it to try to see if like what the actual reason is, if it is a some sort of racial sensitivity thing or I don't know some other reason. Yeah, it's weird. Um, this episode was originally titled "Walking Tall." Well, that would have been actually, I don't know. I kind of maybe like Walking Tall over Walking Small. I obviously it's just like a play on like Walking Small is like a phrase that contradicts itself. I guess like instead of being a big shot, you're walking small. Whereas Walking Tall is just the obvious. But I don't know. I think Walking Tall might just like sound better. I don't know. Hmm. First episode with SpongeBob's inward cheeks in production order. What is this inward cheeks thing? What are we talking about here? Let me look this up. I think maybe I know what we're talking about, but is it just like a design thing where his cheeks point inwards when he smiles or something? No, I don't really think I get it. Um, you used me for land development. Is it just the cheeks in general? Hmm. I don't know. No, it's not his butt. Someone sent him a comparison image. So I'll Google it. All right, SpongeBob inward cheeks. You used us for fun facts. Oh, my wife says she's glad Chad is happy and congratulations for forcing me to purchase a thing. Oh, so it's literally just the extended cheek thing. Huh. Well, if you're sending a link, Pickleman, I don't think the chat allows it unless I'm doing it. Um, oh no, I didn't mean to retract that message. I just meant to unpin it. Oops. Okay. Okay. All right. Inward cheeks. Um, SpongeBob getting tan was censored for Amazon Prime in the original version. Okay, so it's the same, similar fact. I do not like the source of this. That Twitter user does not like me. Uh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Why is everyone so focused on cheeks today? All right. First Sandy, now you guys. Okay. Um Okay. Oh, good. Good. We got joke entries for April Fools. Lovely. Lovely. Chat, stop being so cheeky. Oh gosh. All right. In storyboards, a gag where SpongeBob climbs the lemonade pitcher and uses it like a hose to suck from. It was cut from the final episode. Huh. Okay. I don't. What? Use the hose to suck from it? I have no idea what that means. I mean, I assume it's something from the episode. Oh, you run the art of SpongeBob? Oh, oops. Sorry. I might be thinking of the wrong person. There's a Twitter user that was like, I think as of like not too long ago, was still like trashing me over events from years ago, and that like, I don't know, man. I might be thinking of the wrong account. I'm so sorry. Um, SpongeBob was originally planned as a show for adults where he and Sandy were supposed to be a dysfunctional couple, and Square was going to be an alcoholic April Fool's. All right, thank you, Slacker. Yay. Um, apparently, um, apparently on Amazon, I saw that it had like a tag that was like, you know, adult animation fans or something, like adult fans love it. Like there was some tag for like adult people who who watch SpongeBob or whatever. I'm sure their demographics say that. All right. First episode to air during Vladimir Putin's reign as president of Russia, my knowledge. Okay, guys. All right, everyone. Oh goodness. The scene had storyboards of a deleted scene version of the extreme thirst. Oh, that lemonade. I see. Bit only discovered through eBay listing of the production copies. That's kind of interesting. Deleted extended version of the. Huh. Okay. But like I said, I mean, there's a lot of storyboard stuff that kind of gets cut. It can be interesting, but it's also just like if I made a fun fact for every animation error or storyboard cut, it's like they'd all, you know, I don't know, every episode could have that. There's a cut sequence from this episode. Oh, yep. Okay. Um. Well, I mean, that's kind of the fact we got, I guess. So sure, we'll go with it. I don't really have anything better for Fools in April. Should I do a bit where I put a fake fun fact for April Fools? Should I do that? Should I do? I'll do a fake fun fact, and then you know I'll be like April Fools, and then I'll reveal the real slide. We'll see. We'll see if I remember to do that. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. Neptune spatula. We're almost done. Oh my gosh, my throat is killing me. Hopefully, I'll be able to actually record record for the video. Planning on doing that more tomorrow. Just make it something that'll annoy people that you're lying. Oh boy. April Fool's with the original fun fact. Okay. All right. The guy in the shower is the same one seen in Suds, Tom Kenny from the show itself. Thank you, Pete. The old Nickelodeon website. This episode is alternatively known as The Spatula and the Stove, which was the original title. The Spatula and the Stove. Interesting. This episode is where the golden spatulas come from Battle for Bikini Bottom. That is not true. I mean, it might be true, but there's also a golden spatula in Plankton. I think that's like the golden spatula design in this has a little bit of a jewel on the end of it, and I'm pretty sure the one that Plankton shows SpongeBob is just a normal spatula golden, which is I believe what they use in the video games. So anyone correct me if I'm wrong here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the golden spatula. It might also be a reference to this, but I think it comes more from Plankton. Um. I don't know. I don't really love any of these facts. We might have to come up with a new fact for this. In the video game, they have a black handle like Neptune's spatula. In Plankton, the handle is gold. Oh, well, fair enough. But I guess, but it doesn't have the jewel at the end. So I guess you could say, in a way, we're both kind of right. I do wonder though, if you ask them which episode they took inspiration from, maybe they would say, like the developers of the game, maybe they would say Neptune spatula. It is a lot more prominent in Neptune spatula. I'll give them that. I'm gonna. Oh, there's more. All right, we'll sort it. See if there's any more new facts. I'm gonna forget that I bought these SpongeBob items, and then they're gonna show up at my house, and I'm gonna be like, I don't. Who put a curse on me? The episode's called Neptune Spatula, but the 8th planet for the sun never shows up. That's fair. That's fair. Despite being credited, according to Jay Lender, Stephen Hillenburg came up with the scene where SpongeBob tucks in the pickles and reads to them, despite only being credited as producers. Okay, that's somewhat interesting. Jay's defunct Twitter. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know. I'm gonna think on these. Maybe I'll pick one of them. Maybe I won't. Okay, hooky. In a promotion leading up to the release of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, the title character of said movie appeared in the lower right-hand corner during a rerun of the episode, and using one of his inventions, temporarily transformed the cartoon into a puppet show during the scene where Mr. Krabs is making SpongeBob and Patrick recite an oath that he is giving. Yeah, that is true. Maybe we'd use that. I don't know. It is interesting. It's just, like I said, it's not really unique to the episode. Patrick mentions the episode title when he says, "You're not going to work today. We're going to go play hooky." Yep, that's true. He does. Thank you, Martendo. To promote the Jimmy Neutron movie, okay. 3 online games based on it. The scales on this episode's title card are a different color compared to other mermaid. Oh, that's. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could use the puppet one. It is certainly crazy. All right, I think we'll put that in tentatively. I might go for something more interesting. Well, not more interesting, but more unique to the episode specifically, if I can come up with it. It's good to at least have backups just in case. And here we are at the end. Oh my goodness. What a wild stream. Okay. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2. The scales on this episode's title card are a different color, purple compared to the other Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes in season 1 through 3, blue and indigo. Huh, that is kind of interesting. This episode debuted on music.com on April 26, 2000, nearly a year before its Nick premiere. What? Okay, that's pretty wild. That's if true, that's crazy. Let me Google this. Music.com SpongeBob. No, yeah, that's not giving me anything. SpongeBob, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. This was a recent discovery that blew my mind too. You mentioned it to me recently. Oops. Wow. Well, if you say it's true CDCB, I trust you. I was gonna ask you actually. Huh. Wow. That's kind of fascinating. I feel like I probably I feel like I have to put the Nickelodeon premiere date as the premiere date up at the top, because if I was going by the first time it ever like showed up anywhere, I'd have to include all the international dates that were like previous. But I think including this as a fun fact is like that's pretty something. Music.com. Charles Wilson Riley voiced the Dirty Bubble. That's true. Thank you, Priscilla. Yep, CNR. It sure is SpongeBob's 41st episode. Thank you, Ancho. Patrick didn't appear on this episode, making the first Merman and Barnacle Boy he didn't appear in. I mean, I guess Patrick doesn't. Yeah. Oh, it's the same person. Okay, I was gonna say, online game does not play the soundtrack lineman on the time card. It's the only time when CNR voices the Dirty Bubble. Okay. Thank you, NNW guy. Oh gosh. No, Pie guy, don't fall asleep now. You're so close to the end. Dirty Bubble's laugh was provided by Tom Kenny, since Charles Wilson Riley was unable to do them. Aw. Cells have surfaced showing originally the realistic fish head was going to be a regular animated incidental fish. That's pretty interesting. That's a good one, Pickle Man. I do like that one. I already covered Sleepy Time. Yeah. This is the only episode where the Dirty Bubbles played by CNR, Tom Kenny, Man Ray. Oh gosh. Okay. I think we're going with the music.com thing, but that is interesting about the realistic fish head. Okay. So we've got a lot of facts here. Thank you all. Thank you all for submitting stuff. Did we get any new ones for Teeth of Freedom? No. Just seeing if we got any new ones when I sorted them, if they went like to ones we didn't come up with a fun fact for. Mermaid Man and Barn. G Barn. All right. Well, thank you so much for submitting all of your stuff. If the stream is going to be as long as the actual season 1 review, I have no idea how long it's going to be, the actual review. But thank you. If I picked your fact, I will credit you. Yeah. Some of these might end up getting changed if I find more interesting facts, but I'll still give you a credit if you were one of the ones highlighted today, as just helping me out with the research. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining me with this stream. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those creepy toys. Disturbing, but I hope you all had a good time. I don't know if we're gonna stream Sunday. I might not. Still not sure yet. Might just like not and work on the video instead. It's coming along. I don't know when it's gonna be out. It takes time. It's it's done when it's done. So yeah. All right. With that, bye guy. Out.
Attila Vidadeed sent $3.58. Guy on the penny or creepy SpongeBob toys?
I'm just gonna leave the stream on for a few hours. You just look at this picture. I could. No one could stop me. Good night, everybody.